Welcome back to Raiders Monday Morning Quarterback. I'm 401 Raider Jeff, alongside Chris for Raiders. Raider Nation, what we watched yesterday was more than a loss. It was a 31-0 shutout at the hands of the Chiefs, and the scoreboard doesn't lie. They didn't just beat us. They toyed with us. We're going to dig into this right now. Good morning, everybody. How we doing today? I'm trying to be nice and peaceful. Chris, what's going on, buddy? You're muted.
This is how the Raider players should be after that most embarrassing loss yesterday. They should not show their face. They should not show anything. Well, I'm wearing a Raider shirt, but that it was hard to watch, Joe. Hard to watch that game.
It's hard to hear you, too.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to take it off a minute. This is how they should look going forward. Because why are they showing their faces out there? I would show my face.
If anybody's noticed anything different about me today, don't have my hat on. Don't even have my Raider baseball jersey on. I'm just wearing my regular sleeveless shirt today because, frankly, I'm just so pissed off. It's just,
all right, I'm back.
I dialed in on. No, what did I just do? I dialed in on Jay's show yesterday afternoon after the game, and I happened to be outside, and I just let out a big "fuck you" to the goddamn neighborhood in the world that could hear me. I'm literally the top of my lungs. You couldn't even hear it. If you watch if you go back and watch when I come on, you can't even hear what I'm saying because I yelled it so loud it just drowned out my mic. But in the distance, I could hear somebody yelling back to me, going, "Fuck you too!" Like a couple of streets over. So it was worth it.
You know what, Jeff? I had a cinder block in my hand, but then I looked at my bank account and I said, "No, if I break this TV again, I won't be able to afford a new one." So I had to
I
put it.
thought you were going to go a different route with that. I thought
No, I was going to throw the damn TV.
I thought you were talking about cinder block pool. Something drastic. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, well, it felt like that. Like I should go and jump in the pool with the cinder block around my neck because that's the way they look. They're like, ugh.
Well, here's a public service announcement. Anybody in Raider Nation, if anybody is suffering from effects of suicidal tendencies, please make sure you reach out to your local suicidal 800 number, and make sure they get help. And if it's you yourself, make sure you get help. Call me. You got my phone number. Call me if you need to talk.
Because mental
Can we get a refund somehow?
Mental health is very key. So please, guys, stick with us.
But can we get a refund on just anything? for what this season has somewhat become at this point. I mean, there's no sugarcoating this.
No.
I mean, this was absolutely. I'll tell you what. Somebody somebody said to me, "Hopefully you don't. Hopefully nobody broke anything in their home watching the game." I said, "Well, fortunate for me, I wasn't home. I was in another establishment, so I wouldn't have been able to afford out of my pocket to repay whatever I would have damaged there. So it's a good thing I wasn't home. The level-headedness in me kept me from breaking things in the location we were at. But my God, dude, I've never seen. I mean, the thumbnail I made for the show explains it perfectly. We were just little toys on a football field play set, and Andy Reid was just over there moving our pieces around, flicking them off the board, you know. And his team's characters were like about 3 feet tall, and we were like, the little mini. This is it right here. This is what we look like compared to full size action figures. This was us. We were that small. We were the little toys on the field. That was absolutely disgusting yesterday.
Yeah, it's like that old football game, the electric one. You put the thing, they buzz. We weren't even on the field. They were just
Oh, the old electric football one.
yeah,
It was just vibrate. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
It
we
looked
were
like
super glued to the field.
Kansas City was having a practice session. That's what it did. They're practicing new plays and stuff
Yeah,
against us. That's what
yeah.
it looked like. When they put Minshew back there in the run formation stuff, I said, what the fuck they doing? Oh, we're just practicing this play, see if it works. And they got a touchdown anyway. But it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch.
Well, let's start this off the right way. Let's talk with the chat. Let's see who's here. Let's see what's going on. So we've got Sam the Man in the chat. Can we trade Andy Reid or trade for Andy Reid? I'll give them max.
You'll get more than that.
I don't think any coach could fix it. Well, I don't know. Maybe they could. We'll see. Raider Travis, I'm still screaming Raiders. All right, we'll give you one, buddy. We'll give you one.
Raiders.
Oh, trust me, I'm not wavering on my fandom at all, but it's just so disheartening.
Man.
What's up, Raider Ryan? Jason Downs is in the house. Raider Paul's here. All right, we'll give you one too.
Raiders.
Let's see. Accelerated no. Yeah, I was playing around with that, trying to get that set up for the first time. Kind of like a early intro type thing. So I don't know how well it came over, if anybody liked it. I got to play around with it. I know the sound wasn't working right away, but I did fix it midstream. So Frank Webb is in the house.
Hey, Frank, what's up?
Is Chip Kelly running this live pod? Yes, he is. You want to do it? I'll gladly take this show off because I don't know what we're going to talk about. I mean, I've got a whole thing set up that we're going to talk about, but I mean, let's put it this way: there ain't no good.
It's just the bad.
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly, like normally.
Bad and ugly. It was just bad and ugly. It wasn't a good. The good wasn't in the title screen. This is a bad and ugly.
It's more like bad, ugly, and fugly. Raider Paul Jeff said, "Screw the show. I'm staying asleep." Right? Edgar Sos is here. What's up, brother? What's up, Rorschach? We have officially reached mock draft season, and the football season is not even halfway. Nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stephen Herta, it was a slap in the face of the nation from our own organization. When you think about it, we as fans invest so much time and money into merchandise and traveling to games and the food, the hotel, and you go to a watch party with your chapter members, booster club members, whatever it is you do during game day. If you're not physically at the game, that's time, money, and you invest in this team. And if it's not, I got to look at it this way. For me personally, if it wasn't for me being able to hang with the Black Hole chapter members at watch party events, I'd be home miserable watching this by myself. So if there's one silver lining in everything, we'll put this as the good, okay, is that you've got a location for the most part, most fans have, that they can hang with like-minded fans that are Raider fans and enjoy their camaraderie and just being around Raider fans, even as bad as the game is.
Well, Jeff, think of how I feel. I'm here by myself. My wife, of course, she is a 49er fan. Of course, she is.
Yeah.
I keep saying that. And she watches the TV out in the garage, whatever she does. She saw the score, and she saw me just like, and you know what she does? She consoles me. Say, "Honey, you hungry? Want to make you something to eat?" So she kind of like try to ease my pain and anger. She does a good job at it because God knows I want to destroy another TV. Well, destroy a TV. I want to storm through the house. And she helps me out. I appreciate that. Thanks, honey. If you listening and watching.
So Accelerate says we were just trying to lull you into a false sense of security so that we can surprise you next game when we really try. It's strategy. I'm not looking forward to the next game either.
What strategy? What game? We probably
We
lose. You know what?
Yeah.
We're so bad. We're gonna lose in a bye week.
Yep. Chris in his Halloween costume already. He has a Mortal Kombat character. Yeah, we don't suck. The Raiders suck. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. We as fans, we're kicking ass here because we're still fucking here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Accelerator sent me an email yesterday. He goes, I turned the game off midway through third quarter. I said, I don't play you. Geo Max is in the house. What's up, Geo? Big Luck is here. What's up, man? Let's see. I only watched it because I was the Nation fan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Raiders have become comical in the NFL basement dwellers. Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, still laughing stock.
Jason, you know what sucks? We are the worst team in the NFL, but we don't even have the worst record. Exactly. What's up, 805?
805, what's up?
Is this still a winless team? This is the Jets?
Yes, Jets still won.
The Jets won one, didn't they?
I don't think so. Did they win yesterday? Because they were down, but I don't know if they won.
Raider Paul, we're not getting into that today, but eventually in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure we're going to be talking more about what we're looking for in the draft, which means I got to start doing my homework now on players coming out this year. We have to do it sooner than usual. That's what sucks. I don't have to stop worrying about who's coming out in the draft for next year.
We're not even halfway through the season. We talking about a mock draft already. That's
well, and the other thing too is people keep saying, "Oh, we need to draft a quarterback." Blah, blah, blah. Quarterback's not going to save this team, man. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, none of those guys could save this team unless we fix the O-line. So that's plain and simple right there. If we don't get the O-line fixed first and foremost, because if we're rolling into next year with this same five, we're screwed again. So just remember that, people.
No, Jets. Just let you know, the Jets are still winning. They 0-7.
So they are all right. At least the Jets, we know they got number one pick right now if the season were to end. What's up, Mario?
Yeah, right now we standing up. Right now, as we stand after the Monday night game, the two games they're playing. We're at number 6 until the Monday night game.
Rita Paul says it's not Andy Reid, it's Mahomes. Man, that motherfucker was throwing dots. I wish I had a QB like that on my team. Could have. It don't matter what coach we have. And it's true. That's why a quarterback's not going to change. What the hell was that yesterday? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out, Travis. I've never sat and watched the game and just looked at the TV and go, what the hell? I had no words during the game watching it yesterday.
I did. I sent you a message. I said, what a shit game this is.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, like when you're watching the game, you see things happening and you just become so numb to it that you just can't even you sit there like a mute. You can feel the words trying to form in your head, but you just can't get them out because
I did.
I just was brutal yesterday.
No, Paul, I want to apologize to my neighbors across because they're Christians and the words I said were choice words. So I do apologize if you guys are watching. I had some choice words, and it was. You know what's embarrassing? The Washington game was pretty bad. I was like, God damn, okay, just do better. Then the Colts game, like Jesus. But this game was worse. I mean, I never felt so bad in my life. I mean, in a long time. This was an absolutely shit show. What are you guys doing? Are you guys practicing or what? Oh,
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, are we still practicing on the field? What the hell?
Mario, I feel bad for you and my guy LV rated 10. You guys are both USC fans. Chris, you are too, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Aren't you a USC guy?
Yeah.
You know, not only did you guys lose to Notre Dame on Saturday night, but then you had to come back and watch that debacle of a football game
Oh,
yesterday.
I had an effed up weekend.
Nebraska.
Both my teams got their ass kicked. I had an effed up weekend for football. Like I said, this is for me. I'm just gonna start watching professional badminton. I'm sorry, I'm done with this. Root for a winner.
You know, the funny thing is, Jason, that came up yesterday while we were at the bar. Somebody mentioned that too, that this was probably one of the worst games since the Saints game where we didn't even cross
Yeah,
the 50-yard
actually,
line.
actually, I was gonna mention that too because I say we need like, what are we doing?
Oh, Oscar, the Raiders definitely pulled a hold my bear moment yesterday. You know, oh, you don't think we're this bad yet? Hold on, hold my beer because we're going to show you how bad we really are. And we're going to get into stats and all that because it is absolutely atrocious.
Phew. I'm looking
I
at
mean,
it right
I kind of had an idea just from watching the game, and I didn't look up any stats during the game. I didn't look it up on the way home. I sat there in the car on the way home, the wife's driving. We got like an hour and a half, almost 2 hour ride home from the watch party location, and I just sat there, just listening to one of the, I forget what game it was I was listening to, but listening to one of the other games on Sirius, and just playing on my phone, just looking through Facebook or doing whatever. I didn't want to look at anything related to the Raiders stat wise and nothing. I just wanted to put it out of my head for a few minutes. And I looked at the stats late last night as I was setting up the studio for today's show. And I was like, oh my God. And I'd heard rumblings of, less than 100 yards and everything. And then I would look at the actual breakdown of what each player did on the offense for us. I was like, are you shitting me?
I didn't look at stats this morning until when I got up to get ready for the show. I said because I didn't want to even look at. I knew they were bad. I knew they were horrible, but that bad. Like goddamn, what were we out there doing? Just that's horrible. 95 yards of total offense in the game.
Jason, I wanted Jackson Dart. I was calling for Dart a long time ago because LV rated 10 got me hooked on Dart
Yeah, I
way
wanted.
early in the NFL season last year. So I
Uh,
started
uh,
paying attention to him. I wanted Dart.
yeah, Nate did too. We was talking about that. Every Raider wanted Dart. I said,
Nate wanted him from day one last season.
Yeah.
I don't even think Cam could. No, I want to get into it. I just want to get through the rest of the chat. Let's see. Oh my God, you draft your future QB builder. No, you still need an offensive line for us. What's up, Marcus? Let's see. Man, I put the fucking Raider Nation banner up every Sunday out here in Ducky. Yeah. Same thing here, man. We put the banner up here every Sunday. We put the chapter flag up every Sunday at the location we're at. And we're right in the middle of New England Patriots country over here. I mean, this is everything around here is Patriots this, Patriots that. Patriots can kiss my ass. All I know is we beat them. And they won yesterday against the Titans, which we already beat the Titans. So that makes us
That's
Does
the
that give us
highlight.
2 extra wins?
Wait a minute. That's a highlight of our season. We beat the Patriots. That's our highlight of the season. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you see what they've become.
Yeah.
When you see what they've become since that week, since week 1, and what we've become, it's like, wow. I guess we weren't that bad. No, we're that bad.
Yeah, they took the bus uphill. We took the bus down to the valley. We just going sinking worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. What's up, Llama Breaths? What's going on, man?
You know what's so bad about this? Is that yesterday the Chargers lost. The Denver almost lost. They should have lost.
Yeah, the Broncos should
have. If we'd have won that, you know how close the standings would have been? Really close, but no.
Rorschach. We are so bad that I'm Not Bueno has been hiding due to his refrigerator banning him from the Raiders content. Hey, Raider fans that are Dodgers fans, at least you got one bright thing to look for. The Dodgers are in the World Series, so at least you can count on that.
Yeah, that's the only highlight right now for my year.
It's up Fidel's farm. What's going on, man? Willie Wayne, what's up, Willie Wayne? Let's see here. King James, what's up? I mean, King Gamers, what's up, man? I don't even know if he can save us right now. Not the way we're playing him, that's for sure. We're not using him right. I'm sorry. And we'll still end up with the 6th pick in the draft. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right now we
What's
stand
up,
at 6.
Neil? What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh,
Let's see. I'm, you know what? I'm gonna call something out right now that I wonder if anybody else is seeing this too. But I said it yesterday to one of the guys at the watch party, one of my chapter members. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if wink, wink. At the end of the season, Pete Carroll says, "You know what? I'm going to retire. I'm going to step down. The game's beyond me." But no. Hold on. The game's beyond me, or whatever. I think it's just time for me to step away from the game. But prior to him coming out and saying that, there's a secret meeting that nobody knows about with him, Mark Davis, and Tom Brady, and they say, "Look, we don't want to fire you because it's only going to look worse for the organization going forward that we fired another coach. But we want to do this. We want to allow you to retire. Wink, wink. You retire, even though we're going to fire you is the other alternative. But wink, wink. You retire. We'll work out we'll come to a contractual agreement to pay you so much, and you step down. So we'll put the narrative out there that you're retiring because you finally realize that you're a little bit too old to be doing this type of thing. Make something up. You'll come up with something. Fucking chat GPT, it'll put it up there for you. And you step down. You save face by stepping down and not being fired because we respect you for who you were or who you are, what you've done in the past. You've earned that respect to at least give you that. Give him a chance to gracefully walk out the door, not walk out carrying his boxes of stuff and being escorted out by security, because he got fired. Something along that line. And
yeah,
then we make a different move. And it sure to hell is not going to be Chip Kelly as the fucking head coach. That's for goddamn sure. Chip
yeah.
Kelly shouldn't even be the offensive coordinator right now because I don't know what the fuck he's even doing out there.
With that being said, there's actually more respect towards Pete Carroll and what he accomplished doing his NFL coaching career. That would show him a lot of respect because they just get in the box, have him do a press conference and have a meeting. Then all of a sudden he's walking out with the moving trucks. That's not just shows no respect. And then that shows the league that the Raiders don't respect anybody. So who would want to come here and coach? Nobody. Yeah, that would be nice if they do that. If that happens.
Well, thank you, Accelerated, for this $2 super chat. The players don't like or trust each other. That's what I'm starting to think, man. I'm starting to think that guys are going to start having mysterious injuries. Like, oh, this hurts. Oh, that hurts. Like Jacoby last week, all of a sudden he had this knee injury. I'm sure he was probably on the phone with Devontae. Hey, how did that work for you last year when we traded you away? Oh, just fake an injury. They won't even know. They'll have to treat it as it's legit, and then they'll get rid of you.
Yeah, well, look at Devontae. He had 2 touchdowns yesterday, and they won. So he's in the playoff.
Didn't he have 3?
I saw 2.
I thought he had 3.
He probably did. I saw him catch 2, but I know he at least have 2, and they're in the playoff picture. So it worked out for him really well.
And you're right too, Raider Travis. That block on Max was absolutely atrocious. I mean, it fucking knocked him out of the game after that. Who knows how long he's going to be out for now? See, Marcus, I'm telling you that's definitely probably a fucking option. What's up, Detroit God?
Hey, Detroit.
Oh my God, I knew. You know what? It was only a matter of time before somebody said this too. Been waiting for it for the last week or two. Ever since he got benched. Yeah, Russell Wilson. I knew that was going to come up.
That's not going to help. We can bring in any quarterback like Jess said earlier. You can bring Montana in
What's
there.
Up, Robert Pena?
You can bring in Brady back. You can do all that stuff. The quarterback can't do crap unless the offensive line blocks for him. So it don't matter who you bring in.
The person who's responsible for Cleo Smith needs a beating. Chip Kelly's the highest paid off. Yeah, he's the highest paid, but he's like one of the most least productive ones out there. God. You're using Chat GPT for press. That's what I mean. Just it makes up. They'll put it nice and eloquently for you, so it'll make sense and it sounds legit. And Pete, read this. Okay. Oh my God! I just for once, I want to have a good Monday morning show. Even last week after a win wasn't that good because I was so disgusted with how we played. And anybody that had I mean, granted, I know I've said this, that you always envision that the Raiders are going to win, but take the fan hat off, put the football knowledge hat on, and look at these two teams that played yesterday. Where in your mind do we match up? Where in your mind do we match up evenly with in any aspect of that game with the Chiefs yesterday?
I gave you my score prediction. Okay, I told you the Raiders will probably lose this game. I said that. I knew they was going to lose. That this bad? Hell no. I said they'll probably lose this game, but not this bad. I thought they scored some points, some sense of respectability, but no, they ain't get nothing. Zilch. So I knew that I had a feeling the Raiders were going to lose. As a fan, of course you want the Raiders to win. It'll be a good opportunity for us to move back up in the race, but no. They just sat there and did absolutely nothing. I don't know. Would they leave their minds and stuff on a plane or whatever? What happened? It boggles the mind.
On the plane, I don't even think they got on it. I think they were still back in Vegas.
Must have been.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate you, brother. Got a new chapter member. Let's see. Scooby-Doo needs to pull up Chino's mask so we know it's Jimmy G under there. Dang, kids. Foiled me again. Let it be known that I was against hiring Kelly from the jump. 31-0 is absolutely ridiculous. Yep, probably losing. Who's going to lose now? Scoring 0 points under 100 yards. Yeah, I didn't think that was possible either. But again, it was a hold my bear moment for sure yesterday with the Raiders. So now that I think we kind of got through all the chat, we've said hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. This just cracks me up. So again, Child's Play in KC, 31-0 disaster. I mean, you think of any other disaster, non-terrorist, you think of yesterday's game because that was just absolutely atrocious. So there is some barely good, I guess you could take out of this.
What? Gibbs, explain to me what's barely good about that.
Gee, thanks for asking, Chris, because I'm going to tell you.
I would like to know.
All right, sorry. There were very little positives, all right? On defense, obviously, star pass rusher, Max Crosby again. He got on the field. He gave us something. At least he showed like he was trying to do something out there alone, because there was no one else on the front line of that defense that was doing jack shit. Okay, so he was still out there trying to do it. Anybody that ever saw the old movie Backdraft from '91, and he goes, "I was up there doing it." Well, that was Max. I was out there doing it, or trying to, until I got clipped in the leg and I fucked my knee up, and I had to come out of the game for the rest of, come out for the rest of the game. So there was the bright spot, and then there was the dark spot with Max. We was out for the rest of the game, and then at that point, the whole team just kind of went, whatever. And they just basically gave up at that point. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, they gave up.
No ways about it.
They gave up. They didn't even try.
Yep. Let's see here. Where are we in the chat? Let's see if anybody. Yeah, we're gonna get to the stats on that. Actually, Neil, it's actually my daughter, not my daughter-in-law. Yeah, she's a Packers fan. She's happy. Her team looks good. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Fucking guy's on fire, man. He's having a great year. And I should know because I got him in a couple of my fantasy leagues.
I don't know.
Why
At least
can't we have a guy like Josh Jacobs? How come we never had a running back like that? Oh, I know.
well, we do have a running back, not like Josh Jacobs, but Josh
We
Jacobs.
had Josh Jacobs. That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but Jeff,
Why did we get
Josh,
rid of him?
but Josh Jacobs run behind a good offensive line. We don't have that offensive line to run behind. I mean, Genty has potential to run like not Josh like Josh Jacobs, but if the line's not blocking where they can't create holes and openings, and nobody gonna run through that. Nobody.
And the Chiefs should have scored more points on us. They could have
They,
absolutely
they took their foot off the gas.
embarrassed. I mean, we were already embarrassed, but
They
they
took the foot
could
off
have.
the gas.
They could have just. They could have put up 50 points. To be
They
honest
took
with
their
you,
foot off the gas.
easily.
I watched that and say, wait a minute. They just like this cruise. They didn't even try anything special. They just took their foot off the gas pedal. So you know what? It's not fair to the Raiders because it is our divisional rivals. Andy Reid does have class, so he's like, you know what? That's enough, guys. You know.
Does Pete come back next year? I don't want him to come back after the bye week. I don't want any of these coaches to come back after the bye week.
Well, there's our situation again.
I don't want
Same
the
old
players
thing.
to come back after the bye week. There's no heart. There was no heart in any of those players. You tell me who was out there trying their best. JPJ got fucking benched. He was getting blown up all game long. The whole offensive line was getting destroyed and manhandled. Chris Jones had his number yesterday, which brings me back to the whole thing I said earlier in the season when there was questions on him playing center and then he moved to guard and then he was in competition with Capper. And I made the comment and I got berated for it. Maybe JPJ, in all honesty, isn't as good as we think he is.
Well, you know, JPJ maybe not.
I like the kid. I have hope for him.
Hold, Jeff. Let me get back. JPJ might not be as good as we thought he was or think he is. Only thing JPJ have in him is that fire to play. That's one thing we are lacking in this regular organization.
Well,
he has a
pissed
fire
on
to
it
play.
yesterday because he didn't have no fire.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't finish what I was saying. I'm just saying he has that fire that we were lacking when he first came in. He had that tenacity that we were looking for. Now, as a good guard or a center, maybe not as good as we want him to be, but he had that. And that's what we were rooting for. We wanted that fire on the line of scrimmage. We wanted that tenacity to get downfield, hit somebody. But right now, he's getting manhandled. Well, yesterday he did.
Yeah, I mean, any fight he had, I'm telling you, before the game started, the Chiefs pissed on it and put it out because he had no fire yesterday. I mean, I'm calling it. I'm calling a spade a spade. I mean, he did not look good at all yesterday. It looked like he just learned how to play football.
Yeah.
It was that bad. That was one player I was keying in and watching that it was so obvious when you watched it. I was like, this guy he's getting pushed around like a little kid.
That's the part we lost, and that's up to the head coach to get that far back in them. He didn't do that. They just lost all hope. Lost all hope.
Yep. This was abysmal. So I mean, yeah, all right. So Max, how many turnovers did we? We'll get into that too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move to the bad because there really was no other bright spot. AJ Cole looked good. The punter, he got plenty of practice and exercise.
Yeah, exactly. But watch out, punter looked the best on the team. That should be.
I yelled that out during the game yesterday at the bar.
Our punter should not be the.
Cole's up there getting ready to punt. I'm like, hey, everybody, it's the best player on the Raiders team.
Our punter should not be the best player on the damn field. Should never be the best player on the field. He should be a good player on the field, but not the best player on the goddamn field. Never.
Best player out there is your punter. Yeah, I'm like, at least someone's probably going to be an All-Pro or a Pro Bowler this year.
I can see the field goal kicker. I can see the field goal kicker being one of the best players out there because he's making points, but not the goddamn punter.
Oh God!
Excuse me, guys. Let me go make sure my neighbors.
Stone Forsythe was horrible yesterday too. They all were. Every single one of them. It was absolutely horrible. Shane Leckler used to be our best player. Yeah. And you're right, too. Leckler and Janikowski for the most part. Let's see. Zero energy, never ready to play. Sorry performance. What's up, JP? Welcome in. So they were trying to get Cole back to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, well, I think they might have accomplished that yesterday. So as far as the bad, we're moving on to the offense side of the bad. Geno Smith. God, where do we even start with him? I know where I want to end with him. Him not playing ever again for us. That's where I want this to end. 10 completions, 16 attempts, 67 yards passing. I didn't even look it up, and I'm sure it's out there. We could probably find it if someone wants to look it up. Give someone a homework assignment. That's got to be the least amount of passing yards in a game by us starting quarterback for the Raiders. It has to be. I can't think of anybody else that's thrown for less yards than that. 67 yards. Granted, here's one good thing. He didn't throw an interception.
I'm about to say the same thing. At least he didn't throw a pick.
No interceptions, but he only threw it 16 times. You know?
Yeah, at least he didn't throw a pick. But, hey.
And the rushing game, minimal. You know, Genty, he had 6 carries. We give him the ball 6 times, and he gets 21 yards. 6 carries for a overall 6 pick in the first round of the NFL draft in 2025, and we give him 6 chances to run the ball.
3.5 yards to carry.
And that equates to the fact of we couldn't do anything on offense, period. So we had very limited plays. We're going to get into the numbers on everything, so we're not going to jump ahead. We had very limited plays overall on offense. So, yeah, Genty made the best of what he could, but again, it was still the same old shit of running up the middle, and the holes get plugged the second the ball gets snapped. We need to get him in outside the tackles. I say this every goddamn week. Put him in open space.
But you know what happened? You know what happened was the Chief got that lead. The Raiders panicked. So they said they went past happy. They went even past happy. They were past sad. So we got to catch up real quick. So we start running the ball and just keep trying to throw the ball on the field. But that didn't work neither. They couldn't do anything right except for putting the ball.
It's true. AJ Cole got plenty of practice yesterday.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, that's what Pete Carroll says. The game's a late practice. So guess what? Our punter got plenty of practice yesterday. He should get a week off now. Well,
that was a horrible practice.
I want to know how much time.
Wait, Jeff. If that was practice, that was a horrible practice. At least in practice, they do score something. They do get down the field. They could even do nothing. Not a damn thing.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Fuck. Yeah,
it'll come back to you because everything was bad.
Oh, special teams. You mean just the punt team? Because we didn't attempt the field goal. We never scored a touchdown, get an extra point out there. So the special teams, it was basically just one unit. the punting and punt return. Sorry. Yeah, kickoff returns. We have plenty of those to practice.
You think he's going to attempt a 70-yard field goal? Come on now.
It's time to dump Geno. Oh, God, I am so done with him. I don't even want to talk about the offense right now. I'm pissed. And Marcus Banks is a Titans fan, and he feels our frustration. He's going through the same thing with his team. Yep. You know? I think everybody's just pissed off. I mean, Jamarcus, I bet, had thrown it for less than Geno, which is funny because he flipped the fan off when Geno saw that sign compared to yeah, that's right. Did anybody look it up? John Rodriguez, thank you for the $5 super chat. Raiders need to draft Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. He's way faster and more elusive than any of our running backs. I don't even. Oh, that's it. I haven't even looked. Did he? I have no clue where he even fits in the rankings with running backs right now. Yeah, but why would we want? Is Jeremiah Love a running back or a quarterback? Because why would we go for another running back if we already have Genty? Because Genty's not the problem.
No, he's not.
Genty's not the problem. It's the offensive line. You know. But I appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Thank you, and thank you for coming on the show. Yeah, we appreciate you. P should have had them run lines. Yeah, exactly. I want to know. I remember what it was. I want to know how much time they're giving them off during this bye week. If it's something that's contractual through the players union that they have to give them X amount of time off during the bye week, or can they just go and practice all fucking both of the 2 weeks that they're off during the bye week? Because we all know we come out of the bye week like complete dog shit. We're already playing like dog shit. They need to practice every goddamn. They should be there today practicing. Shouldn't be getting, oh, you got Monday off. No, fuck you. Get out there and do something. Yeah, that's what I meant. We didn't let one. Yeah, true. We didn't give one up to the no longer returns. How about the 31 with 3 minutes left and 31 and we down 31 and we punt. I think at that point we were just playing to prevent injuries, to be honest with you. They need to practice the whole week. Oh, definitely.
That's what they're doing out there in the field.
Huh?
That's what they're doing yesterday. They're out there practicing.
Kelly looked horrible too. They were practicing it. It gets worse. Yeah, stop the practicing because you're only getting worse when you practice. It's horrible. All right, so Accelerator looked it up. We passed for 26 yards against the Chiefs on December 7th, 74. Oh, who was the quarterback then? Because that wasn't.
Yeah, actually, Gino just broke that record because it was 75 yards versus the Jets. But Gino just shot at that record.
John Rodriguez with another $5 super chat. Use him to back up Genty and get rid of all our running backs. Well, you saw who was inactive this week, and he was already number 4 on the depth chart as Zamir. I was surprised at some of the other inactives yesterday. We already knew about Jacoby. We knew about Brock. But Charles was inactive. Hemingway and Pegues. I was kind of shocked at those.
Yeah, Butler was out. Yeah. I don't think nobody wanted to play it.
Why are we – and they were healthy scratches. Those were. So, like, why – of all guys, Grant should not be like a healthy scratch.
Nope.
So in 74, that wasn't stable. Was it stable already at that point?
I can't find it. I thought that was something else.
I forgot who it was then. What's up, Money Chuck? Drafting Love after we got Genty has to be one of the most stupidest things I've heard. Seriously. I guarantee these mofos are sipping on margaritas on a beach somewhere. They don't care. Yeah.
Probably.
What's up, Bones? Why is Porter sitting in blue playing? I don't know, but man. What's up, Moval? Kelly looked horrible yesterday. Even Palomao, he had a good start to the day yesterday. He was laying some people out, putting in some good hits and tackles and shit. And then he petered. The whole team did. In the second half, the whole team just came out and just went,
Yeah, they got demoralized.
We're going through the motions. We want to get out of here. We want to go home.
They got demoralized. They basically like said, we're not even this game. We're not going to win. Let's go through the motions, get our paychecks, and go home. That's what they did.
Kenny Stabler. Okay.
It was Kenny Stabler.
Yeah.
But back then, it was a run happy team on league. So.
Well, I was just going to say, it more than likely, we killed it in the running game that game, and guarantee you that. Probably.
Yeah, it was a run happy league then, but now it's not.
Is Genty the only rookie playing? Yeah. No, because Thornton's out there, Betch is out there.
Yeah. Well, Thornton was on the field. I don't know if he was out there. He was on the field. I don't know. He didn't do anything either.
No. No. Betch was out there more, I think, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The only team more sneaky than us is the Cardinals. I don't know, man. The Jets look pretty fucking rough, too. The Jets are horrible. So let's go back to the stats here. So we already talked about Gino. We talked about Genty. Top receiver again, like it pretty much has been almost every week, it seems, is Trey Tucker. 5 catches, 33 yards. Yeah, that's about it. It's with the stats.
That's highlight. That's it.
they're not giving us much to really talk good about. That's for sure. I mean, hey, 5 catches, 33 yards. Yeah, if you look at it from fantasy aspect, hey, he got 8.3 points. Good for him.
Well.
The running back can do better than that. Third string running back can get more stats than that. Third downs, we were 0 for 7 on third downs. 0 for 7. Are you fucking shitting me? We had no sustained drives. Nothing. We broke over the 40, the 50, I think, once.
I think
we made it as far as like the 40-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, or close to the 40. One time, the entire game. One time.
Takes
At least
back
the Saints,
that
at
takes
least
back,
we did one better than.
that takes back
At
to
least
the
we
New
did one
Orleans
better
game
than.
where we can cross the 50, but at least we did cross the 50 one
That's
time.
what I was going to say. That's what I was just going to say. So here's the one stat that when I looked at it, blew my goddamn mind. Time of possession.
Oh my God.
Time of possession. Basically 42 minutes for the Chiefs. 42 minutes. That's almost 3/4 of the game. They controlled the ball. They had the ball in their hands for almost 3/4 of the game. Us, 18 minutes. What the fuck can you do? No wonder we only ran so many plays. 33 plays, I think it was in total. Or 30 plays. Yeah, I think it was 30. I gotta go back and look. So not only was the time of possession so one-sided, like I've never seen before. Let's talk about first downs.
What first downs?
3 first downs.
Yeah, I was saying what first downs. I saw him get one.
3 first downs for an entire game.
That's when he crossed the 40-yard line. But after that, nothing.
But can you tell me in 18 minutes you can't get more than 3 first downs? You should have been able to at least got more than 3 first downs.
You should get that first part of the first. You should get that first part of the first quarter. Should have at least 3.
But that also explains the time of possession issue too. You only get 3 first downs. No wonder you only had the ball for 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't sustain a goddamn thing. KC, you know how many first downs they had? 30. They had 10 times as many as we did. 10 times. That's insane. That is just such piss poor game planning and execution and just everything all around for the most part. Absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
On how bad this team folded yesterday.
They just quit. They quit after the first couple of scores. They just like, we're done.
Yep.
Hey, we're not coming back from this. You could have if you tried harder, but you know, I know our offensive dogs went out there, Myers and Bowers. Still, other guys should have stepped up. This is your chance to shine, to make a name for yourself, to be on the ESPN highlight reel. But no, none of y'all did it. Nobody did. The only person that did anything was Tucker, and that was abysmal. That was only what? How many yards he had?
Even that wasn't that big a deal.
I know, but 33 yards on 5 receptions. Come on.
Are we getting Mendoza? Give us another week or so, and we'll probably start talking draft. Anytime you lose a game like that, you don't even give the fans the courtesy to have a post-conference. Kiss my ass, Pete. It was just disgusting. I'm only here so I don't get fired. Seemed to be yesterday's mentality. Yeah, right? Yeah, I'm only here to collect a paycheck. I don't care what happens with the team. Then that's what I felt like. I felt like it's a team full of guys that are there to get paid. They don't care what they do. Do you realize that if you worked in your job and you had such a piss poor performance like yesterday,
fired
at your job, wherever everybody works right now, you'd be fired.
Fired, suspended.
I would be there knocking on your door saying, "Here's your pink slip. You're terminated.
Yeah.
You're not working out."
When they hire you, they expect you to do a job, the job they hired you to do. If you don't do it, guess what? There's the door. We'll get somebody else in here.
You know, Accelerated, now that you say that, that wouldn't surprise. I think there's going to be a chance of players just not wanting to be here right now. You know, I said this on Jay's show yesterday in the post-game talk. You know, we've got, again, the situation with signing a bunch of free agents or players that are going to become free agents on our current roster. the way we are now and what we've put on the field for a display of our offensive prowess or lack thereof,
Sadness, you mean?
who in their right mind would want to come and play for this team? And I know
Nobody.
people say, well, they'll play for the money. Yeah, they'll play for the money, but
And that's all they'll
players
do.
also know that they have limited time to try and win something. They ain't going to win it here. What do you got that's going to entice people, players to want to come here? Oh, they're tax-free in Nevada? Big deal. I want a Super Bowl. I want a chance to play in playoff games. You ain't getting that here. You're not
Nope.
getting that here for a few more years yet. This team is so far away from being competitive, it isn't even funny.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we were so delusional once Pete Carroll came in and Chip Kelly and we brought in Genti and then Gino came in. And I went back and I watched some week one after the Patriots game podcast shows, a multitude of different shows. And now to sit back and watch it, I got to laugh my ass off because a lot of them are saying, "Oh, we're set. We got our QB. We're going to be good. We're going to be. We're going in the right direction. We're going to." If they only knew now or knew then, if they knew how this was turning out, they'd be singing a different tune. Obviously, hindsight, 2020, but it's just so funny to see how delusional we were after one game that we found our guy.
Well, we thought we
They
thought we
didn't
had
even have that kind of a game.
but you think about it. We thought he may have stepped up. New coach, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback. We thought that was better than last year. But I'm looking right now. At least last year's team scored some damn points. And
What's
then
up, Tanner?
we did get KC's a couple of good games. But now I'm thinking like, did we take a step backwards? No, we took a giant leap backwards. We can't even score a freaking field goal. The score was 31-3. I'll still be pissed off, but goddamn, at least we got some on the board. But a goose egg, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
What's up, for a dog? Yeah, imagine me being a season ticket holder like me having to witness this shit in person. There's a few people that I genuinely are impressed that they stick around as the season ticket holders because the amount of money that you're shelling out for those tickets every year, it's not cheap and the prices go up.
Oh no, they
And
sell those tickets.
number two is the youth, the younger fans of this team. Like I'm talking kids that have been fans for like maybe the last like 15, 20 years, how they still are fans of this team after week in and week out of watching this team just rip your heart out and just shit on you and not put forth the effort to put a good product on the field,
Hey Jeff,
and
like
you
I said,
still have the faith and loyalty to stay a fan of this team. Hats off to you,
hey
to the
Jeff,
youth.
like I told you last week, I went to the game. I said they should a young man. He can be more than 12 to 14 years old. He had more
Yeah.
knowledge about the Raiders football, but he became a fan when the Raiders really were bad, and he's still a fan. So my hats off to that young man if he's watching my show or not. He's still a football fan. And I feel for these young guys because they didn't see the glory days like me and you did, and a few other people in this chat. But they still sticking in, and I appreciate that. They're hanging in there as long as possible, as long as they can.
Yep.
Because this right here, this what the Raiders did yesterday is not professional football. I don't know what you will call that. If the Ohio State came to build and play the Raiders, Ohio State probably beat them because this is not football. Professional.
Rorschach, I don't know if it's true or not. I was just hypothetical about that with him at the beginning. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it ends the season. Pete Carroll's like mysteriously just says, "Oh, I'm stepping down."
Yeah, save embarrassment.
Yeah.
Save
Chris
face.
is just having our biggest division rival. Bring in Minshew, who we cut and started a year before to finish the game in the third quarter. Has to be one of the lowest events in our lives. Yes, that was
That
fucking
was pretty
horrible to
bad.
watch that. To watch him get put out on the field. Even better than that is how about everybody's been clamoring for Kenny Pickett to get out on the field. Let's stop Pickett. Put Pickett out there. What's he do the first goddamn play?
Fumble.
Pulls the ball away.
Fumble.
Now I will give him a pass on that. Okay. First of all, you don't get to practice with the first team when you're the backup quarterback as often as you think they do. Okay. So yes, the symmetry between the center and himself possibly was off. Okay. I get that part. All right. So I
Hey,
could see that happening. It can't be first time jitters. I mean, because it's not like he's never played or started an NFL game before. So we'll throw that out of there. I'm only going to chalk that up to not enough time to sync up with your center. I'll get that part.
man, but at least he went 2 for 2.
It's the one guy that everybody's wanted.
Hey, he went. Hey, wait a minute. He went 2 for 2. That's a bright spot. Besides the fumble, he went 2 for 2 for what? 8 yards. So hey, we're moving up.
Yep. Let's see. I got to catch
You
up
got a
here.
big one
I'm
coming
way
pretty
behind
soon.
on that.
You got a big one coming up.
Sauce in the machine. Yeah, and exactly. We thought we were gonna have. We struck gold when we brought these guys in. Yeah, we definitely drank the Kool-Aid. No two ways about it. Oh
Tainted.
damn.
There it
John
is.
Rodriguez with a $20 super chat. Thank you, my guy. It's like I said 3 or 4 years ago, we had the chance to draft Jalen Hurts, and we passed on him for another player who probably isn't even playing on or even on this team. Yeah, who was that? What year was he? I want to look that up now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm curious now.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone else is going to find it already.
Oh, Jason Downs probably find it. Yeah.
Yeah. Jason, look it up.
Look it up, Jason. You're good at that. That's why we hired you.
So, what year was he drafted? Give me a moment, folks, because I want that. So, 2020 draft. Okay. So, I'm bringing up the draft order. So, let's see. So, Jalen Hurts. Where is he? Oh my God, I forgot about this class. Oh yeah, Henry Ruggs. There it is.
Well, we did okay until he acted immature.
When did Jalen Hurts go? Oh, second round. All right. So Henry Ruggs was our first pick. Who was that second pick?
Who do you want me to look up?
No, we got it. Thanks, Jason.
Would he jump in here? I didn't even see
I
it.
just caught. Hey, look somebody up. I don't know. I was kind of busy doing something real quick.
No, that's fine.
What was that second round pick that year? Why can't I find that second round pick?
We're looking for the draft picks in 2020 when they drafted Jalen Hurts.
I don't think we had a second round pick.
I think we might have lost it or traded it away.
Oh yeah, we gave it to. It was the Chicago Bears took Cole Kmet.
Good, another good player.
We had given it to the Bears. Oh, that was part of the.
That was part of the Khalil Mack.
The Khalil Mack trade.
Boondoggle. Where we traded Khalil Mack and gave him a second round pick.
Yeah, what the man? Who the hell planned that one out?
That was
so.
Reggie
Yeah,
McKenzie
Henry
did that.
Well, again, we didn't have a second round pick, so we really didn't have a shot at Jalen Hurts unless we picked him in the first round. And we know we don't pick quarterbacks in the first round. That's just the way it goes. I appreciate your $20 super chat and making me look.
You don't need me no more.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
What's up, Richard Davis? In today's league, you need to score 21 per game just to be playoff. Yeah, really, right? Well, obviously, Jeff, it's called faith. I could see the future. We would not feel that way. Also, Gino came with a disclaimer of 12 interceptions last year.
Yeah.
We already got 10 through 7 games.
Uh-huh. So he's on pace to break that 35 interception record. So.
Big luck. 25 years a fan. I don't know why I stay either. See? That's what I mean.
Right?
2010 and 2016 was my favorite team since I've been a fan. Offense put up points, and the defense at least tried to get stops.
Yeah, that was that time we was like averaging like 30 points a game for like 5-6 games straight. But defense couldn't stop the other team. That was their Derek Carr era.
Rodriguez with another $5 super chat. Man, my guy's on fire here. Last year we could have drafted both Xavier Watts and Milroe and passed on both. You're absolutely correct.
I wanted Milroe.
A lot of ways we could have gone.
I wanted Milroe late in rounds, like just get him in development, but no, didn't do it.
Even this past draft, we could have gone with. We could have taken Dylan Gabriel. We had plenty of opportunities. I know Jason Downs was playing for him big time. He wanted him in the worst way too.
He's gonna come back in. You said that, yeah.
And I always laughed at him too when he said Dylan Gabriel.
Me too.
I always laughed. I know I wanted to take Jackson Dot, but
That's on that. But we took Tiffany instead.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, 4 dog. I'll never sell my tickets. Never.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
But
Once a Raider
John,
fan,
thank
always
you again for the super chat, my guy. I appreciate you.
once a Raider fan, always a Raider fan, man. I mean, it's hard to watch, it's hard to deal with it, but I've been through some times, some good times, and more bad times than anything. But I'm still not giving up on them.
Nah.
I can't. Not too many years. Too many years invested in the Raiders for me, like to change teams tomorrow. There's no possible way I would do it. Plus, I had to redecorate my goddamn shack. I don't want to do that. I'm lazy.
Jay, I will say when I first started reading this, I thought it said we could have got Bitcoin. I'm like, what? Then I reread it again before I said it. I'm like, all right, back to Kyle. Here's one for you. If number 2 from Ohio State is on the board at say 3, do we draft him though when we need a QB and O-line help? Because I am telling you right now, he is a fucking dude. So if number 2 from Ohio State is on the board, I don't know who number 2 is. Obviously, it's going to be a quarterback. Will Johnson, what's up, man? At this point, trade Joe Milton. He's a ready QB sitting on the bench in Dallas. Trade Geno to the Browns for Sand. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Go after them picks and trade for an offensive line.
It doesn't matter about the quarterback situation. That's a problem too. But the main problem is the offensive line.
I don't know. The quarterback's pretty bad too, though.
Well, yeah, obviously.
What's up, John Pocket? You think we should have drafted a quarterback?
We did.
Should always draft a quarterback. I would have rather drafted a quarterback instead of Batch. I will say that.
We did draft a quarterback. His name is Cam Miller.
Yeah, but I mean somebody that you definitely think could turn into be pro level.
Yeah,
starter.
Yeah, Jackson Dart was pro ready already because the system we ran out there with Kiffin was a pro style team, so he was already pro ready.
Travis, man, I'm not holding out much hope that we're going to win this week.
I think we're going to lose the bye week. We're going to lose the bye week. Absolutely. Ooh, I hope, man. I'll be right back. Coffee's creeping in. Be back.
Oh, you got the poop?
No, got the peas.
Gruden had us going on the right direction before the NFL sabotage. I still didn't trust Gruden's drafts, not at all. I mean, we fucked up that Khalil Mack with the picks we got from that. We had so many picks that we could have. This team could have been rolling right now if those picks would have been used correctly, and they sure as hell were not used correctly. I mean, come on, look at who we ended up during that time frame: Leatherwood, Farrell. Come on. Yeah, it was traded with Mac. That was such a dumb. I don't know who the hell will agree to that shit. We could have drafted Dot, Shador, Milrow, and passed on all these and decided Cam Miller would be the future. Yeah. I don't think we're going to fire him. I think we're going to give him the ability to walk at the end of the season. It's not going to happen mid-season. Who knows? We could be surprised, and it could happen. Who knows? Nothing's impossible with this team and this regime. That's for sure. Having Minshew finish the game against us was like Grandpa giving us a knife to cut our own switch. For those of you that don't know what a switch is, that's when your parents would send you outside to pick a branch off the tree that they're going to whoop your ass with it because you fucked up and did something stupid. Me, it's just, I'm a kid in the 70s, so that was just the leather belt that was like about that thick. You just catch that across the ass. Milton is a better quarterback than Milrow. Where do we go? Just got to make sure I catch up with everybody in here.
Wait, did he mention something? Did he mention about a switch?
Yeah. Money Chuck said having Minshew finish off the game is like having your grandpa send you out to the yard with a knife and have you cut your own switch.
Yeah, it's like pick your own punishment. Yeah, I got the bell too. Got all of them.
Another super chat from my guy, 52 years and counting. Go Raiders. Yeah, so you're in the same boat as Chris and myself and guys like Jason Downs, Tanner. we've all been fans from the 70s. You know, we've seen Chris has actually been to one of us. Our first Super Bowl win, Chris was at that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's how fucking old this dude is. You know, we're mostly all in our 50s for the most part. You know,
Yeah,
so
speak for yourself.
we've been through the good and we've been through the miserably bad.
I'm in my 60s. So, hey, like I said, Jeff, welcome to the AARP bunch.
Yeah, I'm officially, yay!
You get that Denny's discount now.
I get my discount now. I'm going to be that person that goes up to the counter at Dunkin' Donuts. I want my senior discount.
I want it now.
Hey, we got to laugh at something because this team sure as hell is a joke to begin with. So ain't no bright spots. There ain't much to be happy about.
It was hilariously bad. That's what it was. Hilariously bad. I mean, I couldn't even do it.
Drake May.
Because my wife came and I'll flip through channels, man, see what else is going on, like in third quarter. My wife said, "You're not watching the Raider game?" And I said, "I'm have to because I'm a content creator. I have to watch this whole crap. I don't want to, but I have to." It was so bad. No one just turn TV off and watch some Cartoon Network or something. I got to get away from this game. I got to get out of this game, but I have to watch because I have to see what's going on. You know,
I forgot Money Chuck's pretty much the same age as me. He's a year younger than me. Let's see. I'm going to say the name because people will challenge me. I can tell you this is the coach he has now will want a boatload to trade for his backup. I don't get it. I don't know who you're talking about, obviously, because you won't say who it is. Let me ask you guys this. This is from Jay Raider. How many more wins would we get if they fired Pete? Unless someone can tell me we would go 9-1, 8-2, or 7-3 for the rest of the season. It's not worth it. We do need the stability.
Reverse those numbers: 1-9, 2-8, and 3-7.
Yeah, there's no way anybody. If we get rid of Pete, that it's going to improve. No. We're not going to win more games because he's gone.
No,
and we're not going to win many, even with him here. To be honest with you, I don't think if there's a chance for them to save this team, it's going to happen during the bye week. Something's going to click. Something's going to happen where we're going to be able to hopefully have a little bit more hope going into the rest of the second half of the season for us. But again, I've been saying this now for the last week. I honestly do not, by looking at our schedule, think that we are going to win another game. Our best chance is going to be this Jacksonville game. Seriously. I think this might be the one chance that we might be able to win. Possibly Cleveland, but man, I ain't putting any money on that because they looked damn good yesterday too.
They did. They scored some points.
You know, let's face it, we're one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. We are one of the worst. So anybody on our schedule is looking at us as a punching bag with the ability that they're going to come in and think that we're going to just come in and we're going to be able to kick their ass and just move on. And they're not wrong. They're really not. You know, I'm just tired of this. You know, the one thing that hasn't wavered in all of this is the Raider fandom. That's the one thing. Everybody, look at how many people are in the chat right now still. You know, we've been rocking with like 60 for the most of the show. You know,
that's one thing we do have. We do have a dedicated fan base in the Raider Nation.
Yeah.
If all the crap we've been through, all the BS, all the madness, all the losing, all the getting embarrassed, we still Raider fans. I know it's hard for some people. It's hard for some people because I know some guys switch teams in a heartbeat. Oh, my team sucks. I'm going to be a Buccaneers fan, but not us. We do stick together. We do stick in there, hoping and praying that we can turn this around. Will it be this season? I doubt it.
Yep.
Could be next season. They get some good draft picks, get the right whatever they need to get right. Maybe we can, but this year, no. But like I said before, Jeff, Pete Carroll always had a bad first year with a team. So maybe that's just it. If he's still on the team next year, we'll see if it changes. If he's still on the team, if he decides to, I'm retiring.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: what has he done that's been a building block? What have we done that's given you hope since not preseason, not draft and all that shit? from week one, what has he done that's given you hope that he's building this in the right direction?
Well,
Because
week one
me
was
personally, I think it's going backwards.
well,
Because
week
I
one
think
was
we're
good.
worse than we were last year.
Week one was good, but that was the first game of the season. Usually like that. 16 teams are gonna win, 6 teams are gonna lose. It was good. We was happy. We won the game. So we thought we was on the right track. And then all of a sudden we just started just hitting this shit in the bed. This embarrassing loss. Not just losses, but embarrassing losses. A blocked field goal against Chicago Bears. We should have that game won easily when Genty run how many yards. We should have won that game easily. Against the Chargers. Could have pulled it out. No mistakes. All these games were embarrassing losses where we could have won, but we didn't. The Washington game, that was an embarrassment. The Colts game, total embarrassment. This game, more embarrassing than any other game. At least those games we did score points, although it might have been trash out against the Commanders. But come on now. This gotta kick you in the rear. Like, wake the fuck up. Make some better play calling. Get some better players on the field. At this point in time, I say start Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. Put them on the line. Let's see what we got. I say start some of these rookies. Might as well put them in there because the way we're going now, the veterans or whoever's on our team is not playing. They're not winning. So you know what? This season's lost. Let's put the rookies in. Let's give them a chance to see what they got so they'll be ready. So they'll be ready next year. And then go from there. Because right now this season's lost. The way they're playing, I said 10 games. Well, I'll drop down to 6. Now I'm dropping down to 3. Worse than last year.
I think we are absolutely worse than last year, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least we scored last year and win a lot of games. We were in a lot of games last year. I think we lost 5 or 6 games, 7 points or less. Yeah,
this season may rival the last year that Art Shell was here, and that was pretty fucking bad.
That 3-13 year, yeah.
No, we only won 2 games.
2. That's right. It's 2-14. But I think we did go.
We're on pace to match that right now. Well, one more because it's 17 games now, not 16. But Taz is right. There are teams that have always been the ones to beat, and now we are one of the teams that others will run over us. And yesterday was a perfect example of it.
Yeah.
And so was 2 weeks ago in Indianapolis. We got run the hell over in that game too. And that was an angry Jeff the next day. All right. Today is not so much angry Jeff. I am angry. I am pissed. But I'm more like numb to what I saw yesterday. The only game I can honestly say that I still watch but was like numb to what was going on in front of me was that Monday night game last year in Atlanta.
You still talking about that?
Because it was that memorable. It was that bad. It was that painful of a game to watch.
It hurt.
That game was fucking painful.
We didn't watch the game, Jeff. Me, you, and Trevor just talk about everything else but the game.
We kind of zoned out, but
we're talking about Teresa's daughter, about the gymnastics thing. We're talking about everything but the game.
Why is it we always look our absolute worst when we're on the national spotlight? Yesterday was a 1 o'clock game. It was broadcast to almost the entire country.
It was on CBS
yesterday because it was KC. That's the thing. It was a 1 o'clock game in KC. So there was more of the country watching that game than usual. So what happened? We get destroyed on national TV. What happened last year? We played Atlanta on Monday Night Football. We couldn't do a goddamn thing that game. We looked horrible. Mm-hmm. This year, Monday night against the Chargers, at home, our home opener, the big thing going on in Vegas. Pete Carroll's first home game in Vegas. The Raider fans showed up, man. They blacked out that stadium. They did what the team asked us to do. The fans showed up.
After a victory.
Get on the 50-yard line.
After we went on the road and beat New England Patriots, yeah. So everybody was static. Everybody was pumped. This is the year. Yeah. We just got them hit the bed again. So,
it's just it's always seems like we are at our absolute worst when we're in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And it never used to be like that. It used to be when we were on national TV, we were
the kings of Monday night.
Foot on the throat, no backing down, kick the other team's ass, walk off the field with the victory, turn around, flip the other team off, and just keep going and just move on to next week and just do the same thing again, just like an out of control freight train, just barreling through everybody.
For a while.
One of those years. I want those years back.
For a while, we were the kings of Monday night. We were the best team on Monday Night Football. For a while, we were like damn almost undefeated on Monday Night Football. Now, I don't think they won a Monday Night Football yet if they play Monday night.
And Will Johnson, I agree 100%. Pickett should have been out there during the Colts game when we were already getting blown out. He should have been in sooner. Should have been in sooner yesterday. The two offensive linemen that we drafted should have already been playing in those two blowout games. Yesterday, granted, I know Caleb Rogers wasn't there yesterday. He was inactive. But the Colts game, these are the games these guys need to play. What are we playing for? We're not playing for a playoff spot. It's not happening. Everybody get that out of your head. It's not happening. We're not winning enough. We're going to be 0-6 on the division again.
When you're down,
twice. We got the Chiefs one more time, and we got the Chargers one more time.
When you're down 24 points, going into the third quarter or halfway through the third quarter, your team is not built to make a big ass comeback. We don't have that kind of firepower. So you know what? Take the loss, take the L. Let's bring our rookies in. Let's bring in some of our new guys in there. Give them a chance to play. See what it's like to play in a real NFL game. No, we don't do that. We try to make a comeback and make it even worse.
I'm more like PTSD, Jeff. My guy John dropping in with another $20 super check. God damn, dude, you're on fire. I appreciate you, my guy.
I'm not going to say
Bring
that.
back Gruden, but no draft. Drafting leather lips and first round insulting. Yeah, if they want to bring back Gruden, whatever. Just don't let them touch the draft. No. No.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, he drafted Max Crosby. No, watch the show. Watch his show when he talks about it. He even says that he contributes that to the groundskeeper that said, hey, check out this guy from Eastern Michigan. This guy, Max Crosby. So, no, he should not be.
Hands-off draft.
Carol?
I don't know.
Well, that's what people are asking.
No, that's not true right now.
I don't know. People are asking.
Yeah, well, don't believe everything you see on the internet, honey.
Well, that's Charles Gray, too.
And then she just came in. She goes, they firing Pete Carroll? She had like a little, you could tell it's an AI made-up thing just by looking at it.
Yeah, well.
Look at the border. It's so obvious.
Well, they do that. They do every time we lose a game that bad or lose that. We're going to fire the coach. We've done so many years. Why were you firing the coach right now? We're just halfway through the season. He still got to build a team, but like you said, is he building something? Don't look like it. But firing the coach is not going to solve the problem.
Yep. You know, again, I think if it wasn't for, look who just finally showed up. Good morning, I'm not bueno. You finally woke up this morning, brother?
He's there for a minute.
Welcome in. Notice how he says hi to Kevin, everybody else, but not to you and I, right?
He don't like us anymore.
What a jerk.
I know. He don't like us anymore. I don't know what we did to him. We went out there playing. It was the Raider team.
Dawn's watching too. You're supposed to be working. Get to work. Huh? You just commented, so obviously you are. Jason Downs, I give yesterday's game 5 Angry Jeffs. Book it, Chugs. Oh my God, where are we with the chat here? Yes, Jeff is right. We're going to be 0-6 in the division. Yeah. Do you honestly think we're going to beat the Chiefs again? The only way we've got a shot of beating them the last game of the season is if they're not playing for a playoff spot and they've already got number one locked up.
And the rest of the players, and Smith should start, they probably still beat us.
Oh, God, yeah. You kidding me? Well, look at it this way, right? So even if they don't have the number one spot locked up, they're going to be playing all their players because they're still going to be playing for a playoff spot with the other two teams in our division because the other two teams aren't going anywhere. Yeah, the Chargers might have had a rough game yesterday. Broncos still pulled it off, but they're still going to be fine because they've got talent. They've got coaches putting them in the right direction. You know, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. You know, until somebody knocks them off and takes their place in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the AFC. I don't care what anybody says. Regardless, I don't care how good Buffalo's doing or New England or any of these other teams. The Chiefs are still the team to beat. Just like in the NFC, the Eagles are still the team to beat. You know, until someone else plays in those AFC and NFC championships that aren't named Chiefs or Eagles, they're still the teams.
Yeah. You
Still
got
the
not the
number
guys.
one overall.
Yeah, you got not the guys off the top. Those two teams are on the top right now as it stands. Until you knock the Chiefs off that pedestal, they're still a team to beat. Yeah, and so is the Eagles. I mean, Eagles not having a great year right now, but they're still the team to beat.
2 minutes later, he finally said good morning to you and I. Good morning. I'm not bueno.
I guess he's not mad no more. I said we weren't playing. If Jeff was out there, he probably would have did better.
He woke up angry. He's as angry as we were. What's up, Michael? I had a whole thing set up that we were going to talk about, but you know what?
Let's talk to that chat. Chat, we have fun. We got 40, 45, 48 people in the room, man. Let's talk to that chat. See what their issues are. Like I just said, a PSA. If you guys are feeling suicidal or feeling depressed, please seek a local health or your mental health institute. They can help. Now, the 1-800 number is free because we're going to need it.
Yeah. So I will read some of the stuff that I did put down that I wanted to bring up. So, and the one thing we can't overlook is the injuries. Okay. So we had no Brock Bowers. Jacoby Myers was missing. The line gave zero push. We looked underprepared. We didn't look prepared at all. Not even underprepared. Like there was no preparation for this game whatsoever.
No.
And again, it wasn't just bad, like we've been saying all along. It was just embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. There is an ugly part on this, okay? And I do want to cover this part. It isn't that we just lost. It's not like we lost a close one. I mean, we absolutely got blown out by a division rival, okay? But overall yardage, you ready for this number, Chris? Overall yardage, Kansas City, 434 yards to our total yardage, 94 yards.
Sick.
The Chiefs did 95 yards in one drive.
Yeah.
We did 94 yards for an entire minute, for an entire game.
Whole game.
Let that sink in, everybody. They had 2 drives of over 90 yards long yesterday.
And
a 92-yarder and a 94-yarder drive.
And scored a touchdown.
Oh, my God. And to add insult to injury, they had an 84-yard drive, too.
And scored touchdowns.
And we could only muster up 97 or 94 yards total offense for the entire game.
You should get that in the first quarter, first half. The first quarter and a half, you should have at least that. The first quarter or first quarter and a half. That whole game
is the difference between 18 minutes of time possession and 44 minutes or 42 minutes of time of possession.
3 quarters.
97 yards.
And the Chiefs
94 yards. Absolutely disgusting.
And the Chiefs took their foot off the gas pedal. Did you imagine they kept going with that? God, it could have been like 70 or nothing. They took their foot off the gas pedal.
Yep. We only have chances to win with a healthy Bowers and Jacoby in the lineups for the rest of the season.
Maybe.
Travis always repping, loyal as fuck, built Raiders tough. Absolutely. As pissed off as I am, I'm never going to change. I'm still going to be here.
No.
I'm still going to be a Raiders fan. I'm still going to be doing what I do best. You know, supporting the Raider Nation, promoting the Raider Nation. You know, hell, I got to reach out to the chapter president from Philly about what's going to be going on for the game in December in Philadelphia. I'm still going to that game. I'm not going to stop not going to it.
I'm planning on going another game this year, regardless of will we win or lose. I just want to see the Raiders play football, not like yesterday, but I want to see. I've been a Raider fan too long to just give up on a team. You know, doesn't make sense just to give up. Because if we do that, it'll be no Raider. If we all do that, there'll be no Raider fans at all for the past few years because the way they sucked, the way they looked out in the field. Okay, we had one good or two good games, but there's 17 games in a season. We can't have just one or two good games. We got to have a multitude of games, at least 10, to make it respectable. Like I said, I didn't expect the Raiders to beat the Chiefs. I was hoping and praying, like everybody else was. I said we're gonna lose, but not that bad. I expected to get our ass kicked like that. I expected a little bit more competition. What's the key word? Compete. We didn't compete anywhere. Nothing.
I told you it's not compete anymore. It's compost. Jason said it Saturday night too. He goes, I picked we would lose 31-10. I expect at least a couple of scoring drive, one in the first quarter and maybe a late field goal in the mid third quarter. I honestly thought we were going to move the ball in that first drive because we didn't look that bad in that first drive.
No,
at the start, like the first couple of plays, I was like, oh, okay, and then it just went all to shit after that. I was like, all right, the old Raiders are back.
Jason's right. The 31 was right, but that 10 disappeared. We'll take that 1 off the 0, off the 10. You was about right. I said 23-17. I thought we'd be a little closer than that, but oh my God.
No. I like Bueno's comment here. It felt like Mahomes tried to play as bad as Geno and still couldn't throw an interception. Chase goes, there were 3 possible interceptions left on the field. It's true. Even Mahomes didn't look that great. It's like he was almost trying to be like, come on, guys, I'm gonna give you a break.
I'm trying to help you guys out. Yeah, I'm trying to help you guys out. Here. I'm trying to help you out. Come on, here.
And we would just say, no, we're not going to intercept that. We're going to drop it.
We're protesting.
It's like one of these. The ball comes in. No, I don't want it. That's what it seemed like.
What's the old game you play? What was the old game you used to play with kids? We were kids. Hot potato. Yeah. I don't want you. You take it. I don't want it. You take it.
Yeah, and you're right, Gio. They had more first downs in one drive than we had the entire fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
They had more yards on an entire single drive than we had all game. Yep. And the funny thing is, I'm at the bar yesterday, and one of the chapter members looks at me. We down them at like the 5-yard line, right? And that's where they start with the ball. He looks at me, goes, they're going to do a 95-yard drive. And as soon as it was over and they scored, I looked at him. I go, we just looked at each other and just laughed and shook our heads. He goes, I fucking told you. I said, I didn't doubt you. I was in agreement with you. Because this is how bad we are.
He probably saw the script. Because
yeah.
I like when they got past the 50, I said, she's going to score a touchdown. When they got past the 50, I said, it's over. But you know what's so bad about that play? When Kelsey caught that 40-something yard pass?
Yeah.
I said yesterday, I said the people guarding Kelsey or any other receivers out there got to stay disciplined. Mahomes going to move up in the pocket and first instinct, go stop Mahomes from running the ball. No, he's going to throw it to the wide open receiver. That's exactly what happened to Eldon Roberts. He left Kelsey, and then Mahomes said, oh, 40-something yard pass. Happens every time. That's what Holmes do. And they should know that because they play them twice a year. But no. Soon Mahomes run around a little bit, they lead their receivers, they go stop Mahomes running. Mahomes is not a running quarterback. He's not going to take off running unless he have to or he sees an opening. He's not going to take off and run.
What's up, J.A.? Absolutely 100% would have done exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Would you guys have rather drafted Membu at number 8 and Scat in the 3rd? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would have actually taken. I honestly wanted Judkins in the 2nd round. I would have taken Judkins.
That's who I really
wanted running back.
What he running? Shit, I would have. Yeah.
Look what he's doing. Look at the year he's having up there because they got a decent offensive line. They're not the best. They're better than anybody's offensive line is better than what the hell we have right now. That's how bad a line is. It's horrible.
Yeah, like Jake said earlier, Appalachian State line is better than ours. Like, goddamn, really?
Dude, you kidding me? The local fucking Chinese buffet line is better than what we have right now for an offensive line. And I'm not talking about the food. I'm talking about the slobs that are sitting there ready to chow down on the line.
Wait, who said that?
God.
You did. Who said that was pretty good?
Just go to your local buffet and grab 5 guys out of there. Hey, come with me.
You know what? I'm laughing, but deep inside I hurt. But I had to laugh just hurt out because I'm gonna be more pain today because I had to go to dentist and get that final checkup. So I'm gonna be more pain then. So might as well get the laughter out.
Ugh. Unbelievable.
Well, you
I
know
mean,
what?
and to be honest, yeah, I wouldn't mind a Membu, but I also was big on Mason Graham too. That's who I initially would have liked at number 6, but he got taken before,
Yeah, he did.
right before our pick actually. So
Yeah.
that was
Pick
out.
5.
How much you do there?
Doctor just down says, you know what? Back in the
He
day,
was an option, Jason.
back in the day,
They drafted him.
back in the day, Al Davis would give a fuck about your background, domestic violence, criminal record. He would have picked your ass anyway because you're a good football player regardless of what you did outside the football field. I want you because you're a hell of a player. Now it's like, well, we can't pick you because you have a speeding ticket. No, we can't take you here. No. You know, the guys have a bad rep in the past. Okay, well, yeah, we take him. That's Al Davis. That's Al Davis football. He took the worst of the worst and made the best of the best on the football field. Not us. We gotta look at we gotta get their credit report, the criminal history, their driving record. We gotta get all that shit before they can play with us. Like, what the fuck?
The one thing that scares me about Scatterbo is his running style. I wonder how long he's going to last in the NFL because he runs so hard, and he's not afraid to make contact and run through somebody. And somebody be like, "Well, that's what the." Then I'll tell you to go back and look at
Earl Campbell.
Mm-hmm. You know, look at a guy like him who would just take on head on. Like he would run into a brick wall.
Yeah.
You know, how long did he last in the league? And then look at where his physical condition is now.
Yeah.
You know,
he's beat up.
That's what I worry about Scatterbo.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
he's definitely got a Raider mentality. I'll agree with that, Jay. But his physicality, I think, is going to be a challenge for him long term. They're going to have to get him out of that habit.
He's young. He's young now. He can take that abuse now, but as he starts getting age, those injuries are gonna start piling up, and he won't be able to heal from that. That's one thing. The reason I didn't want to take him because he's a great runner. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the runners you want, but how long it's going to last is a question to see because he runs hard, and that's what I was scared of. I was scared of that for Gentry too because break tackles. Yeah, how long are you going to last? Most running backs last longer because how they run.
Average life expectancy is like 3.5 years for a running back.
Yeah, but some running backs last a little long because they're coached well and they learn how to take hits and not to take hits. Even Gentry said when he got hit in that one game against the 49ers, he said, "Whoa, I got to pick my poison because that linebacker laid me out." So it's a thing you got to live, you got to learn. This is not college. You playing against grown men. So they're gonna hit you harder than college, and that's one thing I didn't want. That's why I didn't want. I was skeptical of Scatterbo. I like his running style, but how long is it gonna last is the question.
Yeah. And Money Chuck said, I would have rather have drafted Gentry, pick up Becton in free agency, drafted an O-line in the second, then get Membu and Scott. Enough with that. I'm not being anti-Gentry. I'm fine with us having Gentry. I'm just worried about what we've got in front to protect and open holes for him because we all know that the holes aren't there. Every time he goes off inside the numbers, he gets jammed up, and it's not his fault. I'm not blaming him for any of this. I'm not. That's not my take on Gentry. I think Gentry was a great pick. Now I think it is.
Ain't that what she said? The hole's not there.
No one ever says that to me.
I thought I heard that before.
No.
Hey, what happened to Zamir White? Why he's not playing?
Because he's a bum.
Might as well put him in. Shit. He did good against KC a couple years ago, so let's see what he can do. Like I said, they you know what? If we play,
they don't want to pay for injuries.
If we play the Jaguars, and he's beating the shit out of us. You know what?
Yeah.
Put everybody in. Good guys out the stats. They get big enough. Why don't you play offensive line for us? Hey Jeff, why don't you come play for us? Because where the rate they're going, no, I don't know.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Jason. All charges were dropped on that too, because they found out it was all bullshit.
Why does Jason keep popping in?
That was a pathetic showing from the coaching to players. Total shit show. Yeah.
Either come and stay in or stay out. You receive a memo tomorrow morning.
Reach out to you.
Oh my God. It hurts, Jeff. It hurts.
Yeah, Frank Gore. It seemed like he played forever, right?
Yeah, because he knew how to run. Did not take those
Frank
big
Gore
hits.
is so underrated. That's the thing, man. He was such a great running back. So underrated.
He was.
Well, you know what it is? Because he wasn't flashy and, but he was such a good runner. Another guy that gets it, I think is overrated too, is Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin was a great running back.
Great running back.
He was good with the Patriots, but he was even better with the Jets. He was a phenomenal running back. I would have taken him in a hot beat.
Yeah. Yeah. He ran over us a couple times.
How many more games would we be winning by drafting Membu and Scott about? I don't know about that. It would have definitely helped our offensive line. That's for goddamn sure.
It sure would have.
That's my biggest thing is the offensive line. We didn't do enough to address it. We thought we were going to.
Jason thought he was coming in. He could come in now. Did I hurt his feelings? I hope not.
When Pete said we have to count on Tyree at halftime, the bye week couldn't come fast. I'm still numb to the whole factor. I don't even normally I rewatch the game either late Sunday night or very early Monday when I first get up, just to put me in the frame of mind so it's easier to talk about. I couldn't do it. I could not do it after watching that yesterday. I was like, there's nothing more I can take away from this. There's nothing that I can pick up that I didn't see while I was watching it and in the moment. There was no sense of me even wasting my time.
Hey, you know what I said? I said yesterday that Jamal Adams got to step up. I said, I don't even step up. Guess what? He had one sack. That's it. The whole game. One sack.
Yep.
That was the only bright spot I saw. I can't wait to get to the MUPs and MVPs. But anyway, we'll get to that point. What time is it? I do have to skedaddle. Yeah. But there's a lot of people in the chat that don't want to leave. All right.
You can leave. I'll sit here solo. I don't care.
No,
so Gino, 10 for 16, 67 yards. Genty, 6 for 21. Trey Tucker, 5 catches, 33 yards. Betch, 2 catches for 13. Michael Mayer was invisible, 1 catch, 10 yards. So a total of 12 catches, 75 yards. Total rushing, 11 attempts, 25 yards. That's absolutely atrocious.
That's ridiculous. And I'm looking at defense right now. I'm looking at the tackles. Oh yeah, if you don't field for 3 quarters, you're gonna get a lot of tackles.
Yep.
See, yeah, got that 18, 16, 10, 10. Yeah, they're gonna get a lot of tackles because you don't field too damn long.
I don't know if that was right. I think that was wrong.
What's that?
Oh no, it is right.
What?
Holy shit, that is the right numbers for that. I thought those were wrong numbers.
What numbers?
Holy fuck. What you just said. You said 18 and 16. Yeah, those were correct. I thought those were anomalies. I thought I thought I fucked up when I typed them in.
Mm-mm.
That's nuts.
Well, a lot of tackles.
I didn't really look at it in that aspect. Holy shit.
A lot of tackles, but yeah, because we don't feel too long.
And that's the defense was so gassed. All right. So listen to this. So this is the number of tackles. So Palomao. So I'm going to read you off the total number. Tackles and assists combined together. Palomao, 10. Chin, 10. Roberts, 18. Devin White, 16. Tyree Wilson, 2. Stokes, 2. Kuntz, 6.
6.
Jamal Adams, 3, and a sack. Booker, 6. Darnay Holmes, 1. McCollum, 2. Crosby, 3 tackles. Lalau, 3. Fotu, 3. Radigan, 1. Snowden, 2. But look who was leading us in tackles. You got your 2 linebackers, Elena Roberts and Devin White, with 16 and 18.
34
and then
tackles.
It's Chin and Palomar. Your 2 safeties have 10 apiece. That is absolutely asinine.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's because they'll push the ball down the field. The defensive line couldn't do anything to stop them at all. Oh, who had the most on defensive line? Would have been Kuntz and Booker had 6 apiece on defensive line. But that's it. 6.
That's unbelievable. The MVPs are the cheerleaders and AJ Cole. Oh yeah, Chris Jones was owning him yesterday. Absolutely owned his ass. Whose fault for the defense being on the field that long? The defense or the offense? Oh, that's definitely on the offense. When you can't sustain a drive, your defense gets gassed because they're out there the whole time. Let's just, for shits and giggles, we're going to go to Kansas City's defense. Their leading tackler, 6 tackles combined. The next guy, 4. And everybody else had either 1 or 2.
Well, because we weren't on the field long enough to get
They were
tackled.
not on the field long enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, damn, they didn't have to tackle anybody. They was out there just going through the motion. Like, we're not tackling anybody.
That is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Cole, 6 punts. The long was 63. 3 of them inside the 20. 47.2 average. Let's see. Chiefs special teams. 1 field goal, 38-yarder.
You mean to tell me that Chris Jones only had 2 tackles in the whole game?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, it hurts so much. It's funny.
2 tackles and a sack. But again, he did his job by disrupting that offensive line. That's what he's supposed to do as that centerpiece in their defense, as the cornerstone of their defense, being the main guy. He did what he's supposed to do. He got into that backfield and disrupted everything, which made our offense so inept. Gut in Gino's face, where Gino couldn't get the time to throw the ball, had to take a sack, had to throw the ball away,
Wow.
Well, no, Jason, when you put it that way, usually the way I look at it is if our offense can't sustain a drive, then the defense has to go back out there on the field, but they get gassed, they get exhausted. Max was out, so you lose your elite guy out there, Max Crosby, at one point in the game. So that has a huge effect because obviously the next guy that's stepping in for him isn't as good as Max because he's Max's backup. So you're already taking a hit in quality of what you're getting for that replacement player that's going out for him. So yeah, your defense starts to falter. And they see that the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, they see that, so they take advantage of it. And Spagnuolo, I mean,
6.
he's such a damn good defensive coordinator. Isn't even funny.
They game plan. They saw the Raiders did in the last game because that last game was a joke. I mean, the Tennessee game was a joke. It was like, that's all we get out of this. I mean, and they say, oh, that's what they're going to do, and exactly what they predicted. I say Gino should go out there and instead of doing long bombs, they can dunk it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he should have threw the ball down the field, see what happens. But the guys couldn't get open. None of them. Only person that's really open at a certain given time was Tucker. But then he was blanketed. when you go out there with no offensive threat, the defense saying like, ha, ha, ha. Who's going to threaten us? Nobody. The only person that's a threat was Tucker. There was no Bowers. Mayer had a good game last week, but this week he didn't show up. Thornton.
I don't think it was, but you know what? In all honesty, I can't blame Mayer. It's not the fact that he showed up. It's just that Gino just wasn't good. He just couldn't get the ball to anybody.
No, that's true,
You know?
too. He had that one catch, but, I mean, we can blame everybody on the offense, even the coordinator, even the head coach. But still, you still got to play the game. You can't win unless you play the game. And it seemed like those guys just gave up. After the first 2 touchdowns, they like threw the towel in. Like, it's over. You know, like you see boxing, watch boxing. It's like when somebody gives you that kidney shot, you're like, well, no, I'm done with this. I'm just over. I'm going to quit. That's what the Raiders did. Somebody punched him in the kidneys and said, I quit.
Will, you want to know how many touches did Genty have in dropbacks for Gino? I got it right here. So Gino had 16 attempts, 10 completions, 67 yards passing. Genty had 6 carries, and he had 1 target and 1 catch, 13-yard reception.
And 21 yards rushing.
7 total touches for Genty. So in an entire game, 17 minutes or 18 minutes of offense, he touched the ball 7 times. 17 minutes and 52 seconds to be exact is what we had the ball for, time of possession. So we had 3 first downs, 2 passing, and 1 on a penalty. So out of the 3 first downs, 1 of them wasn't even an actual offensive play. It was a fucking penalty that gave us the first down. So obviously, 3rd down conversions, we were 0 for 7. 4th down, 0 for 1. Okay. Here's the one that kills me right now, too. Penalties. They had 5 for 38 yards. We had 8 penalties for 58 yards in this game. So we either gave up or gave them 58 yards worth of penalties in this game.
Yeah, one penalty that killed us when the first drive when Chiefs drove that 90-something yards, it was 3rd down, and the Mahomes overthrew the ball, but guess what? Got a penalty on guess who? Kai Blue Kelly for holding, getting first down. They got a touchdown.
Yep.
When I saw that, I said, "That's it. We're gonna lose this." Because they're making some stupid ass mistakes. We had them. It was 3rd down. They missed a throw, but oh no. Kai Blue was holding Juju, whatever his name, Juju, holding. And that was it. That was the game right there. And I don't know why Kai Blue Kelly's still out there. God, man.
No, I don't want Tyler Lockett. That's an even swap. Might as well just keep Jacoby at that point because Jacoby's younger than Lockett. Lockett's not a spring chicken.
In that case, I would have took Cabo Kelly. I would put in Cameron Richardson and I'm gonna start scratching now and put in Porter. I said, you know what? Let's get the young guys out there, get some experience. But no, we're gonna try to win this game. We're down 20-0. We're gonna try to win this game.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no trading for players. If we're trading anything, we're trading away players for draft picks.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want at this point. No player coming in is going to help this team right now. We're just going to have to reload in free agency and draft next year. That's it, plain and simple. That's the penalties they called on the Queefs. The entire coaching staff has to be fired today. I don't know about that. They were going to be. Well, probably Al Davis probably would. First of all, I don't think Al Davis would have ever hired Pete Carroll, to be honest with you.
I don't think so either.
I don't. I would take that. I wouldn't bet my life on it, but I would bet a lot of money on the fact that Al Davis never would have hired Pete Carroll. That's not the type of style coach he would have hired.
No.
And it's mainly because I think he would feel not threatened, but Pete Carroll would be more of like a peer to him because they weren't that far in age. Pete being an older coach, that wouldn't be Al Davis's style. I mean, someone can dispute that with me, but I don't think Al would have.
Al like the younger coaches and all that stuff. He liked the young middle-aged coaches. He didn't so much care for the older coaches. He never really hired those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like the younger coaches and all that stuff. He liked the young middle-aged coaches. He didn't so much care for the older coaches. He didn't so much care for the younger coaches. He didn't really hire those guys.
No, and the downside is we all know how well those younger coaches worked out. There's only one that really worked in our favor, and that was Gruden.
Yeah.
Because Art Shell was no spring chicken when he was hired either. Art Shell was the only other good one we've had other than fucking Gruden.
The first go around was, yeah.
You should make a poll about the odds of Pete Carroll retiring at the end of the season. We should. Almost like that same idea as a death pool. Everybody pick a date when you think he's going to get fired. Yeah, see, Ray Travis said it too. He definitely wouldn't have hired McDuff's or Ziegler either. No. Oh, he wouldn't want anything to do with the Patriot way. Absolutely not. Hell no.
Hey, I'm bringing chat up. Hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in.
What's up, Coach?
No, wait, hold on, man. I'm trying to pull something up. Just give me a second, dude. I was saying, welcome to the show. What's good, fellas? For Our Life, Our Rated Story. Awesome show. You need to watch that show, too. Anyway, so, yeah, go ahead. That's what I say a shout out to her.
Where was I? Where are we at? 140. Get Cam Newton. Get out of here with Cam Newton.
8 games? I don't think it's a quarterback. It's a problem. Get Flacco. I mean, come on, guys. We do need another quarterback starting for next year if we get a draft pick, but it's still not the problem.
Yeah. The greatness of the Raiders is in its past. Right now it is. That's for sure. It feels that way.
Yeah. Spicy girl.
What's up, Jason Marshall? Kaepernick would have been a Raider at some point if Al was here. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I think Gino's got to go. I don't know about Pete yet. I emphasize with you guys, my Bucks were in reload and draft next year mode for 20 years. You guys don't look so bad right now. Trust me, I'd love to have fucking Baker Mayfield. Fuck yeah. Wish we were taking a flyer on him a couple of years ago. That's for sure.
Yeah, nobody wanted him.
Who's Spicy Girl? Why do they keep saying?
What's called Raised for Our Lives. That's her name is Spicy Girl. She has that's why I pulled it up, because you kept pulling it down, so I pulled it up just to salute to her. Yeah.
I had already said hi to her.
I must have been outside, but yeah.
My bad. Yeah, right here.
Yeah. I was outside. We passed on a lot of people, man. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, Jeff, you keep running the show. I got to get ready to get my mouth checked off with the damn dentist again. Ugh, hate that shit.
Nick Donata. AI would be a better coach. Hey, you're probably right. They probably would have picked up some better plays, too. I never understand why an organization would trade away a coach who had 4 seasons above 500 and 2 straight division titles. We've been cursed ever since. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Back to Gruden days. Gruden 1.0. Unbelievable. Max Farid is a good trade. I'm telling you, there's going to be something going on this weekend or this week while we're on a bye week. There kind of has to be, unfortunately.
No, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Soon in the show's going to happen. Watch. It always does. It always does. Let's watch this. Anyway, I got to go, Jeff. Hey, Nation, thanks for joining us. Joining me anyway. I got to go take care of some personal business. Jeff, I'll see you later. I'll give you a call. This is the last time I'll see you this week. I will see you for 2 more weeks. I'm taking a hiatus. Sorry about that, guys, but I got to do some things. I'll see you not this Friday, but I'll see you again maybe Monday or next Friday Night Live. But I'll let you guys know. All right. Still a Raider fan. Still wearing black. Been wearing black all my life. Not going to change. So we'll see you guys later, okay?
Later, buddy. Just so everybody's aware, too, still going to have a Friday night show this week. We're probably going to take a hiatus from the last call, seeing as though there is no game this weekend. So we're going to take Saturday night off more than likely from doing the last call podcast. I may actually just go on live Saturday night and do a pull-up show, just let people come in and talk, especially if any news breaks on anything that goes on. I'm not done. I'm not signing off. Just giving you guys a heads up on how the rest of the week's going to go. Next Monday, I don't know if we're going to do a Monday morning quarterback or not. Again, because there's no game the day before. So I don't know what we're going to do on that Monday. Maybe just log in and see who's out there who wants to talk Raiders. And again, if any news breaks, I'll pop on live. If it's something really big and worthwhile coming on for, I'll definitely do that. Of course, the one night I get to participate, you cancel the show. What are you talking about? No, we're still gonna. I just said it, Jason. I'm still probably gonna do a show Saturday night. Just not gonna do a last call one because there's no game the day before. So there's no sense in us getting on. What are we gonna preview for? What game we're gonna watch on Sunday? Just want to keep this rolling here with. So we already talked about the stats on our side. Now, if we look at. Hang on, let me bring this up. No, I didn't bring up the stats. Yeah. So if we look at the stats for the Chiefs, what they did, this is where it really gets kind of disgusting, actually. So Mahomes, 26 completions on 35 attempts, 286 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns. All right. Pacheco, 15 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Smith, their other running back, 14 carries, 39 yards. Mahomes, 4 carries, 28 yards. Kareem Hunt, 4 carries, 18. So they had 3 guys, one of them being a quarterback, outrush our running back. Okay. Kareem Hunt, 4 for 18. Xavier Worthy, a wide receiver, 1 for 13. Minshew, 3 for -3. Our rushing, Genty, 6 for 21. Lobby, 2 for 3. Geno Smith, 2 carries, 1 yard. Pickett, 1 carry, 0 yards. So just in the quarterback play and the running back play, it's like night and day between what we did and what they were able to accomplish. It's just... Boycott, Skip, you're just going to have a good one. I'm out. Much love and respect. Later, Robert. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate you. Pickett got cut in 1 snap. Let's just activate all these other players and get them ready for next season. Yeah, I agree. I'm starting to hate go to games watching the Raiders lose and 30,000 opposing fans celebrating my face. Fortunately, I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon. It's going to take some time for that culture to take a hold. As far as getting that home field advantage, you should snipe Bryce Young or the kid on Houston while they're cheap. Panthers had Donald and Baker cut them both, thinking that was the problem. Last year we were decimated by injuries. What's this? Yeah, and you're right too. Our biggest injury this year has been Brock Bowers and obviously Colton Miller. Those have been our 2 big injury issues. Max, who knows how long he's going to be out for? Who knows what type of damage was done? Haven't heard anything yet today, so I have no idea. Do you feel this organization can handle a franchise QB and not without an O-line? And I agree 100%. Yeah, Mahomes QB rating, a 126.6. That's ridiculous. Now, looking at the wide receiving or the receiving part of this, so Trey Tucker, 6 targets, 5 catches, 33 yards. After that, Genty, 1 catch, 1 target, 13 yards. Betch, 2. We already went through that with the. So let's switch over to KC side. So On KC side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players had more yardage than our leading receiver. Kelsey, 3 for 54. 3 for 54. Rashee Rice, first game back for this guy. 7 catches, 10 targets. So 10 targets. They were trying. Tell me they weren't trying to get him the ball. 10 targets, 7 catches, 42 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That guy had a game. His first game back. It's like he never missed a beat. And I'm not surprised that that's how well this kid played yesterday, being his first game back. We never got to do the MUPs, and I mean, I don't even think we can name an MVP. I mean, I think hands down, if we would name the MVP on this team, it's got to be AJ Cole. I'm just going to leave it at that. Not even gonna worry about it. So, and this other kid, they're running back, 5 catches, 5 targets, 42 yards, 4 and 2 targets, 1 catch, 39. Juju Smith, 3 for 3. 35 yards. Worthy, 4 targets, 3 catches, 35 yards. Even their other tight end, 1 catch, 28 yards. And then Hollywood Brown, 4 targets, 2 catches, 14 yards, and a touchdown. So that's the abysmal, disgusting offensive stats for their team and the stats for us. So let's see. I heard it wasn't serious with Max and should be back at next game. I hope so, because if we don't have him, that talk about getting the hot ripped out of your team. The hot was already missing yesterday. So you take him out of a whole complete game coming up, that's another story. Oh yeah, Rashee Rice came back as like the man possessed. Those are his body. He had a great game. And I said that, and everybody's like, he's not going to be in shape. He's not going to, I don't know about you, but it looked like he was pretty well in shape yesterday. He was running around like a nut. Until the Raiders organization can win teams that are 500, until then we can compete. We can't compete. What's up, Nick? So, where were we here? That was that. So I had a whole, where do we go from here? Like, what's the future of this? Can we gain any type of rhythm, during the bye week in practice? Can the defense get healthy? Can Brock Bowers get healthy enough to come back after the bye week? Are the coaches going to take accountability for this? That's my question. Are the coaches going to step forward and say, you know what, this is on me? It was bad play calling on my part. I take the full heat from this. No, we're still talking about how it's still a process and players are still learning this and learning that. It's just, the nation is in a depression, Jason. You're absolutely right. It's sad. And Charles, you are completely 100% spot on. We are all done, and it's October. I don't see us winning another game. I really don't. Rhea Travis, we go to Women's League. The WNFL, the Women's National Football League. Ooh. The coaches have to Pete Carroll's got to take accountability. Chip Kelly has got to take accountability for this. Patrick Graham too. He doesn't get off easy on this just because your main guy went down and you can say, well, we lost him. No, take accountability for the scheme you're putting out there. It's not like we don't know who Mahomes is. How many times has he coached against Mahomes now? How many years has he been here? Patrick Graham. How many times has he had to go and face Patrick Mahomes? How do you not know how to not handle this guy? How do you know what you need to do to try and attempt to shut him down? We did it one time last year. When was the last time before that? We got 5 sacks on him last year. And they got a fairly different offensive line because 2 of their guys went to the Bears during this vast off season. And we got 5 sacks on them last year. So you mean to tell me that the 2 guys they got rid of were way worse than what they had now? Well, what changed? We had no Kuntz last year. You know, what changed? You know, you're seeing some of these guys that we didn't re-sign, like Chase on. He had a great day yesterday in New England. You know, you see some of these other players that are having a much better year, and they're not with us anymore. They're not with us anymore. They're with someone else. You sit there and you look at it and go, damn it. Why don't we still keep them? Why didn't we keep them? What's up, Brandon? Jeff, been a fan since 1990, and this was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. And right now, we have very little to look at as far as positives. Oh, 100%. You know, this by far is. I agree with you. This by far is one of the worst games I've ever experienced as a Raider fan. Absolutely. Even probably worse than that Buffalo shellacking we got back in the day. You know, at least the team was built different back then. We still had heart. We just got outclassed. Buffalo was in a league of their own during that tenure. They were just amazing. You know, right now, there's no heart in this team. I'm surprised that Chip Kelly is still allowed to touch an NFL team. The only game is going to be Cleveland that we might win. Charles Smith, fire everybody. Oh, if you're not laughing, man, you're going insane. Plain and simple. Those are your options. I feel like it's on purpose. The conspiracy theorist in me just feels like this is sabotage by the NFL. Yeah, I won't disagree with that one either. Is that what his rating was of 7.8? Oh my God! I think I could get better than a 7.8, and I'm not a quarterback. Jesus Christ! Bet you Minshew probably had better than a 7.8, and he was barely even. What did he even do? What was Minshew's stats? He didn't even throw the ball. He ran it 3 times for -3. Unbelievable. They need to put us in another division. I don't. What division? I don't think we'd. What division would we even have a shot of doing anything different than what we're doing now? I don't think there's a division out there that we'd be even better in. Name one. And I'm so tired of people saying that Al would have done what Al would have done. Al did us no favors in the last almost 10. Yeah. And you're right, too. He lost a little bit. What's up, Gunsmoke? I can't trust a coach that had Marshawn and chose to throw it. Beast mode could have walked in for an easy win, but nope, still afraid to run the ball. Patriots, the team we beat in week 1, is 5. Exactly. And we were talking about the very beginning, you know, how some of these teams, like the Patriots was a perfect example. We beat them week 1, but they've been on a tear since then. And they're only getting better, you know. Oh, we hated Divine Diablo. Now he is balling in Atlanta. Got hurt last night, though. The only positive was no interception by Geno. And A.J. Cole had some good punts. And that's true, too, Brandon. We had no Bo Jackson in that game. You're right. Forgot about that. They were in victory formation before the 2-minute warning. And that's the other thing, too. This is when you know that the team is just, and the coaches have given up. How many times have you seen a team that's losing badly, but yet they're still out there hustling when there's like in that 2-minute range left of the game, and we have the ball on offense, and I'm sorry, the other team has the ball. The Chiefs had the ball. We had all 3 timeouts, and we didn't call a single one to try and stop the clock. And you know, I think at that point they just wanted to get the fuck out of that stadium. Just let the fucking clock run. Let's just get out of here. You know, instead of stopping the clock and just show something. You know, force them to actually make a play. You know, or run a play. But I guess you look at it and say, yeah, but what if they connect on a good one to Kelsey over the middle or something and he runs one in for another touchdown? Okay, I get that. But still, there was no desire to call a timeout. There was no motion to like, should we? They just sat there with their hands crossed and just decided, let's just get the hell out of here. Yeah, and Kenny Pickett, his first chance to get in, everybody's all excited because everybody at the bottom was like, "Oh, Kenny Pickett's in the game." First play snap, drops the ball, turns it over. Awesome. That's the way our day's going. Swap out the Patriots with the Raiders, and the Raiders would be in second place in the AFC East. Yeah, because the Jets and the Dolphins are just ass. They are just absolutely horrible. They gave Minshew the game ball. Did they really? Flag football division. Yeah, and you're right, Consuelo. But again, that's the only bright spot we have is our kickers, and sometimes not even Carlson. It's just AJ Cole. You know? What's up, Robert? All right, see you, Jason. Gino was not a leader. Dude's a bum. Did you guys see that incomplete pass he threw where you could just see he just gave up? Just literally gave up. Just threw it towards the feet of, I think it was Thornton was the closest guy, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was Mayer. Just threw it at the ground. There was no fight. There was nothing yesterday. The Chiefs could have. Oh, they easily could have put 50 up on us. We brought Geno Smith in here, and he wasn't even a free agent. Yeah, and that's the other thing. We wasted a third-round pick on his ass. Mark Davis don't care. He's sold out. This is not a football team. Jamarcus Russell's worst was 11.5. Geno beat that. Awesome. Sabotage. This shit doesn't pass the smell test. I'd love to talk about the run defense because that was supposed to be our strong unit. Yeah. Well, nobody had 100 yards on us. They did combined. Pacheco was 57 yards rushing. Smith was 39. Mahomes was 28. Kareem Hunt was 18. So 3 of their running backs and Mahomes all had 18 or more yards rushing. Wide receiver Worthy had 13 yards rushing. Our defense looked atrocious yesterday. We couldn't stop anybody. We weren't getting in Mahomes' face. And again, even when Mahomes was scrambling, we still weren't even close to getting him. Yeah, one of the guys, one of my board of directors for the for the Black Gold chapter, my chapter, he's like, yeah, he sent me a text. He goes, yeah, I'm going to rewatch the game tomorrow because he's going to watch the game today because he had to work yesterday, so he wasn't able to watch. I said, don't even waste your time. I said, I know you probably want to watch it because it's a Raiders game. I said, you're going to be thoroughly disgusted. We didn't score a single touchdown. The score was already 31-0. I wouldn't even waste your time. Go do something productive, like take a nap or watch TV that's not football Raiders related because it's just a waste of time. You're going to waste a couple hours watching a game that you're just going to be so frustrated. Just take my word for it and just go do something different. Don't put yourself through that pain and aggravation. It's only up from here, right? I don't know if it's up from here. I think we still got to hit a little bit more rock bottom before somebody else wakes up and says, what the fuck? No, it's crazy that he's going to start against the Jaguars. Oh, he's definitely starting. They're not going to. He didn't throw an interception, so why would they bench him? Geno Smith won't get benched. They're not going to bench him. If they do, I'll be shocked. All right, Raider Paul, I'm going to give you one because it's been a little quiet.
Raiders.
Let's see, Coach. The Raiders bad, yes, but there are small things that they do that make the Raiders look even worse. Yeah, like show up for a game. We be good again. Just need our QB. I'm trying to stay positive, but man, this team don't make it easy. That's for damn sure. Just looking forward to the rest of the season. Pete's going to be on in a bit. Ooh, I'll have to watch that. All considered, the defense tried kind of. It's hard when the offense can't get one first down to the fourth quarter. Yeah, and it's garbage time at that point, too. Mark Davis has failed the Raiders fan base, 21 different coaches in multiple years. He needs to sell the team. He can't sell the team. He doesn't even own it. It's his mom that still owns the team. Until she's gone, this team's staying in the Davis family. We got blown out and all. Yeah, there's not a certain. There's nowhere in this game where we were even close to competing with them, other than the punting game. Oh shit! Yeah, go shit in your hand and clap. You'll have a better time than watching the game. Yeah. Later, Marcus. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate you, brother. When things get bad, Brady runs to Fox Sports like a cockroach. Worst decision to bring in Gino. Yep. Pete Carroll will not bench this guy. That's the problem. No, he is. But let me see. See if I can bring it up.
Did a nice job adjusting, and the last couple of games have been very solid. You kind of don't even want to know they're out there, and every once in a while they make a play, and that's kind of taking place. And defensively was different yesterday. We really missed Max. Max's dynamic play, the things that he does, that was obvious to me. But that's coming along. Offensively now, we've settled down, giving the football up, and so we need to kind of get going again and get moving it and get productive. Yesterday was a mess of making first downs, and they did a great job on us. I really looked at we missed some guys out there, and Jacoby was really important to us, not having him, and the fact that we were so close to getting Brock back. We've played without Brock for almost a month now. I don't know how many games he missed. He missed three games. It seems like forever, and he's such a central figure in our offense. To have him coming back will just seem different. I think everything about it will look different, and we're counting on that.
Team got the no call on Crosby. By Noah Gray. So you got no Gray hit Crosby at the knee.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the question.
They didn't throw a flag on it. When Crosby got hurt, he got hit in the knee by Noah Gray.
Yeah.
You think there should have been a flag?
Yeah, I got to talk to him about how they evaluate that. It was a definite low block, and he put his helmet right on his knee, and they got him. Max was hurt before that. He was not at his best, and he just, in a true heroic fashion, tried to go out there and play and wanted to give it up for his teammates, and he tried, and we need to get him out. And so I admire the hell out of the fact that how he approached that, and he did the best he could. But that one was like, okay, we got to get him out of here, because he didn't look like he could protect himself like normal.
Go ahead.
Talk about a lot of these essential pieces kind of being out, but with those players being out, do you believe that this has given a lot of these other younger guys to have to step in their shoes a big opportunity?
Yeah, Carter Runyon caught the first his first ball there, or the ball in the first series, right off the bat. He's out there playing football for us, and he's contributing to special teams. He's one of the guys that's really helped us in special teams since he's been up, and so yeah. And it helps. The more plays that we can log with the new guys, Jack and with Dante, we can show them the things that they need to improve on and the things that they're not quite as sharp on. It helps them, and there's some pain in that too. There's some pain in there, and that we have to undergo. But it's how you do it. And by the time you get to the middle of the season, these guys should have things really cleaned up, and they should be ready to go, and we can count on them, and they can come through and not be error repeaters. And that's what we're working hard at.
We saw some guys at the end of the game yesterday. Gino could sit down, JPJ sat down, a couple other guys. Darren Porter got in the action. Do we expect to see any, or do you expect to see any personnel kind of changes throughout the course of the week?
We'll see. The competition is on, and we're not through thinking that way about opportunities for guys. I thought it was right to get G out, and Kenny needs to get some snaps. Right off the bat, he screwed it up and missed the frickin' first snap. But and he just needs some playtime in case we need to call on him, so he feels comfortable jumping in. Darian, I'm always looking for chances to get him out there and get him playing. So that's good. We'll continue to do that. There's guys up front on the offensive line and the defensive line that we would love to get some playtime to. We stuck a couple guys in there just to get a couple snaps. And at the end, they just need to be on the field. So we're going to continue to push that way.
How would you evaluate or describe Gino's mindset at this point? 'Cause it seems like he's as frustrated as anybody, probably more so.
I think he has been that way. I think he's coming out of it. I think he's turning the corner. He was clean yesterday with the ball and his opportunities. He didn't get many chances. We just didn't have any plays. There just was no plays. And so stacking games, pushing us the history of this early part of the season farther away from us, it helps. And he's as competitive as ever. He's raring to go. He's frustrated because we want to win and we want to play big and all that. That's going to always hold him connected to that thought. But he's ready to go, and we need to build it up around him. He can't do all of it by himself. He needs the help. He needs the guys to go to and the guys to come through for him, the protection to be there for him, so that he can play his position. And hopefully we can get going. This Kansas City was really, really good against us yesterday, all phases of their game, and they were ready for that moment, and more so than we were, and they played to it. They had their guys. They had guys returning. They're all jacked up about that, and you could see it. And I thought Andy did a great job of using the variety of people that they have on their offensive side of the ball in particular. And 95 showed up in a huge way, on the other side of the ball. So they're clicking right now, and it was a tough day for us because of all that.
You talked in the lead up to the game about why you like cover 3 and your guys know what they're running so they could play fast, and but they were having so much success about that. Why weren't you guys able to try to get more aggressive on defense, sending blitzes and all those kinds of things? Obviously, it's easier said than done. But
because he's really good against the blitz. His numbers are phenomenal against blitz, for one. We did pressure him some. We did mix our coverages to try to do stuff. We did play 2 high and 3 deep stuff. We did all of that. Unfortunately, a couple things that we forced him to do, he still got us. And we got him to move a little bit like we wanted him to, and then he made a big play with Kelsey coming across that we should have played way better. But, he's a really, really big-time player. I'm not saying anything you don't know, but the subtleties of the things that he does when he plays are phenomenal.
Brandon.
And, he had a half dozen plays in that game, which you might not even see what he did, but he looked off coverage. He set up coverage to get the throws that he wanted to make. He knew exactly where he was going with the football. He scrambled exactly the way he has done, that we've tried to corral him, thinking that we could, and he still got out. He's a phenomenal football player, and he showed it again. Unfortunately, we're trying to neutralize that factor, but he was there.
Lose.
Through 7 games, how pleased are you with Trey Tucker embracing his role or even playing beyond his role?
No, I don't know if he's playing beyond it, but Trey's done a really good job. He's been our most effective guy, particularly down the field and making things happen. Really pleased, because going in, I didn't know. We weren't sure, how he would contribute. We hoped that he would be a downfield guy. He's been that, and he's been effective, and he's doing other things as well. We're getting the ball underneath to him, and he's catching the ball on the perimeter to try to use his speed and all. Like last week, he had a big play. So I think he's had a really good start with us, and I'm really pleased with what he's done.
Have you been able to identify kind of what this team's identity is right now through 7 games compared to what you wanted it to be?
Last week, I liked the balance that we showed and the playing off of one another. I thought that was really clear, and we went into this game knowing that we would at least have to do that to play a good, effective game. And special teams, we didn't give the ball up on offense. Those were factors that if you do that, you're going to get beat by these guys. And so it's there for us. And I honestly, I just hope we get our guys back so that we can utilize those guys to make our offense whole. And without Max, defense was different too. And so that's just the way I see it. I can't deny saying that.
Pete, do you anticipate Lonnie Johnson to return to practice after the bye?
Close. He's really close. Yeah. We had hoped if we really hit it right that he would be back after the bye. So we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. And keep my fingers crossed. He's a guy we really were excited about contributing on the defensive side. He's all but ready too. He's getting there. We haven't seen him throwing anything. He can't practice yet, but he's getting there, and he's in pretty good shape right now.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Pete.
Wow. Can these reporters throw any more softball questions to them? Jesus Christ. What a waste of time. Unbelievable. good against the blitz. Sit back and let Mahomes pick us apart. Yeah, exactly right. We played the Titans, Pete. Yeah, identity. Oh my God. What's up, Dixon? What's going on, brother? Those three guys are gonna make that much of a difference. All right, so that's the end of that. Stop sharing. All right. Unbelievable. I didn't expect anything different. Nope. Come on. I didn't expect anything different from that press conference. It's exactly what I thought we were gonna see. Just a bunch of fluff. Peanut butter sandwiches. Yeah, getting Lonnie Johnson, that'll be nice getting him back finally. Dixon, happy Misery Monday. Get ready for Browns. What's up, Laserbeam? Fucking Browns. That's a game I don't think we're going to win either. I really don't think we got another game in us this year. Because more excuses than Carter had pills or peanuts. A bunch of satire and bullshit. Raiders look a lot better when I use them. I'm mad. Yeah. Our identity is one of the worst teams in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, the questions they were asking them were kind of lame. We kind of got into a little bit late, so I don't know if it came up. I want to hear a question like, you going to bench Geno? What's the game plan here? What's going on? Where was the determination of this? Easy ass questions. Good Lord. We need the people. You know what we need? We need reporters asking these coaches questions like they ask the presidents of this, current president and past presidents. That's what we need. We need somebody that's going to go out there and ask these questions, not these softball fluff questions. Like, oh, how do you think the game went yesterday? What do you mean, dumbass? Or Pete Carroll to sit there, or a coach to sit there and look at him and go, what do you mean, how do I think it went yesterday? We fucking lost. We got our ass beat. We got blown out 31-0. What the hell kind of a dumbass question is that? Those are the stupid ass questions they be asking these coaches. He probably will ignore that question. You're right. He probably will. Oh, yeah. Soft Vegas media for sure, man. Well, we don't want to ruffle any feathers. We want to still be able to get in here and watch the game and, be able to report on it. Nobody's got any balls anymore, man. I swear to God, this country's going to shit sometimes, man. God damn. I've had a better time sitting on the toilet with diarrhea than watching that game yesterday. I should look into a new QB. Ashton Genti has great potential. Oh, we all know we need a QB. We need offensive line. We need defensive ends. We need corners. We need, we need wide receivers. We need everything. We need everything. The only thing we don't need is a running back and a tight end and one defensive end. We're good. And we don't need a punter or a kicker. We need a coach. We need an offensive coordinator. I'll even go so far as to say we need a defensive coordinator. We definitely need a new offensive line coach. This guy's a joke. Yeah, they're not going to bench him. Absolutely not. I'm taking a dump in a McDonald's right now. The reporters are scared to ask him questions they don't want to get canned. Yeah, exactly. NFL owners should have town square questions and answers meetings with fans. Oh, good God. Could you imagine some of these Raider fans, some of the questions they're going to ask Mark Davis? Whoa. I want to be there just to watch because this is going to be great. They better broadcast that live if they ever did that. Holy crap. Because I can see some of the dumbass questions that fans would ask. And not even like football related questions. There would be some dumbass shit. Like, how old is your girlfriend? Is she really pregnant? It'd be dumb shit like that. And eat free buffet food for those. Yeah, exactly. Raiders have, what's up, Fair Raider? Raiders have the worst reporters. Chicago and New York ask aggressive questions. Yeah, they got to ask him some tough shit, man. Geno was available, but for the same price, Sam Donald would have been a better option. I really don't care who is quarterback at this point. Do I think that's going to change anything right now? Who knows? But again, Gino's not gonna. I'm telling you, he's not gonna bench Gino. He's not gonna do it. That's his ride or die right now. And the fact that he didn't throw an interception yesterday is going to give him leeway to say, well, he didn't throw an interception, so he didn't turn the ball. He even said in the thing, we didn't turn the ball over. Well, you did, but it wasn't an interception, and it wasn't Gino. Yeah, definitely, man. Get the popcorn out and watch that one. That's going to be a treat. Reporters are scared to ask questions inside of that locker room because they're scared of being blackballed. But that's when the players need to come up, step up and say something too. You know, the players need to you know what? I know it just came out that supposedly the players only meeting was bullshit. It wasn't true. Well, guess what? I think you need to fucking have it. I think you need to have a players meeting only. You know, a players only meeting and do something. It's gonna have to. It's not coming from the coaches. You know, the spark needed is not being set up by the coaches. It's not being handed down by the owners. It's got to come from the players. The players, you really want to be here bad enough? You really want to win in the NFL? You want to make a name for yourself? Then say something. You know, get together. Somebody step up. Gino's not the leader. There's no way Gino could ever put that together. Unbelievable. Let's see. Coaches, we really have to ask ourselves at this point in time, who are we? I thought we were tough and hardcore, but we're not. Oh, we're not even close to that. We're soft as poo. We really are. Offensive line is soft as poo. I mean, just watch that game yesterday. I know it's asking a lot because it's painful. Detroit guy, I really give Jeff a lot of respect. I think everybody should send him. Well, I appreciate that, brother. I really do. Jeff, Tom Brady threw some ingredients in his pot. How much do you trust him? You had to give the nod to Pete and Spytech. I don't know about Brady now. I really don't. I mean, because he had his hands in both of those. You're right. You're 100% correct. I honestly thought that the Pete Carroll thing was going to be a good thing. I was 100% for it. Now, not so much. And it's mainly because I don't. Pete's not that kind of. Hang on, I'm trying to turn my. It's fucking freezing in here. I'm trying to turn my space heater on underneath my desk, so it just warms me up a little bit. It's a little cold in here. I really thought Pete Carroll was going to be the answer that we needed going forward to help right this ship. We're not only listing hard to one side. We're in the process of going belly up. We're going to flip this thing. You know, we're going to be keel up pretty soon. Look at that. See my nautical knowledge. The locker room says, pick your poison, Gino or small hands Pickett. Yeah. Soft as baby shit. And this is why Raider fans are the most loyal fans of football, because we've been going through this shit since the mid-'80s. Seriously doubt our interest in Joe Brady. We are married to Pete for another 2 years. That's who I'd like to see come in here, to be honest with you. If we're going to do it, you know, go big. Go big or go home, man. There's no other option at this point. Let's see. Oh, shit. I got a couple of... It's funny how I mentioned about going to Philly and everything, and I just got a text message from Will, who's the president of the Philly Black Hole chapter. I guess when I get off here, I got to talk with him. I'm going to figure out what we're doing for the Philly game, give him a hand, setting that up and shit. Let's see. But that's just the team I'm talking about. Well, after Rich Gannon, everything went downhill. Yep. Let's see. Where are we here? Where am I? That's just the team. I'm talking about the whole culture of the Raiders down to the media. Yeah, everything is just it's so out of whack. It's almost like we're living in. Remember, anybody that's a comic book aficionado, there's Superman, and you know they had the Bizarro world, you know, where it was like the complete opposite of everything that was part of the Justice League. Like you had the Bizarro Superman. You know, he was an evil Superman, but had the same powers as Superman. He just put him towards, evil use. That's what it's like. It's like we're in an upside down Bizarro world right now. It's like what we thought everything could be has been turned upside down. Where we thought we were going to be at this stage of the season. Like a lot of people, and myself included, I was delusional at the start too when we were picking how many games we were going to win. I figured we'd be 5-2 right now going into the bye week. Not even close. We're flipped it the other way. We talk about flipping the script, and it's not like, you can't look at it and go, well, we're only 3 games back away from being 500 again. We're so bad. I can't see us winning another game with that bad. So this isn't an easy fix to get back on the winning track. Absolutely not. Let's just rally outside P's house with questions on signs. Personally, I think some of the fans have become soft. Yeah. Diarrhea soft. What's up, Frank? Oh, what's up, Michael Kai? I thought so too, but it's not. Yep. There's a lot of player fans, which I've never been. Oh yeah, like fans of a certain player. Yeah, that's like the people that were going crazy when I started talking before the draft about, hey, you know what? In all honesty, we should seriously think about trading Max Crosby away now while his value is at the absolute highest. We get as many draft picks prior to the draft of the 2025 draft, so we can really build this team. Oh no, we love Max. Stop that shit. Stop falling in love with a player on the team because it's not helping the team. So what good is signing him to that big extension and him being here when we're not putting pieces around him to help him? So if that's the case, then let's move on, get something for him, let him go somewhere where he can get his wins in and let him perform and earn his money the right way. Because right now, what's he doing to earn that money? And it's not necessarily just all his fault. It's everything around him that's just not helping. You've got no competent player on the right side opposite of him. Kuntz has been invisible. I don't see us re-signing Kuntz at the end of the year. I know he's on a 1-year show-me deal. He ain't showed us much of anything. Tyree, I don't know what the hell we're going to do with him at the end of the season. Is the plan to just cut him outright or what? Butler, he's good. Booker's been okay. Jonah Lalau has been absolutely way better than I thought he was going to be. I like the kid. You know what, Jeff? This lets me know that Tom Brady does not have as much power as everyone thinks that he does, because there's no way Tom Brady is happy about this. Oh, I'm sure he's not happy about this. If you go back to the hire, Spy Tech was not smiling at all. Mark Davis came out, said, "This is all me. I like Pete." But he stepped down, which is what I'm saying we should do with him. Give him that same type of thing if that's what happened behind closed doors. Give him the opportunity to resign, let him save some face. Plus, we saved some face by not coming out and saying we fired another coach. He's decided to step down, let him have his speech, give him his moment, give him his flowers, and he goes, and then we do what we do to pick up. He stepped down as the coach. He was still part of the organization for at least a year before he decided to finally step away completely, and then we brought him in here. I don't know the full. I'm sure at some point there'll be a Seattle fan that pops into one of these shows during the week that'll say something, because they were coming in saying it all the time when we traded for Gino. They're like, "Good luck with him. He sucks," and somebody else should have listened to him. Should have said, "Don't bring him in because he's not good." He's considered to be one of the greatest of all times in the NFL. I'm quite sure that he doesn't want to be part of a losing franchise and bullshit like this, which is where firing him would taint that reputation. And in all honesty, even him stepping away, saying that I retire or I'm stepping away for whatever reason, it's still going to tarnish his reputation because couldn't get it done here. So what is it? What is the underlying factor that's not allowing him that's not allowing him to build or really turn this team around, because I'm sorry, but I don't see a culture developing. I don't know if anybody else does. I don't see it. I almost wish that Dan Campbell would have been hired by the Raiders coach. Yeah. He absolutely turned the Lions around. He did. And it did take time. I get that too. But I think everybody expected it to be so much faster with Pete Carroll because of how many years Pete Carroll's got in the NFL and how much coaching experience he has. Dan Campbell was an interim head coach in Miami, then became, a position style coach, and then ended up getting the job in Detroit. So, I mean, I respect Dan Campbell. I think he's a great coach. What he's doing now with both of his coordinators that lost both his coordinators after the offseason last year, and they're still playing the way they're playing. I'm impressed. That tells me a lot about a guy's character and about what that guy can do to lead men. Mark Davis, the Eagle, won't let Brady Spytech get credit if they hire a great coach. Mark chose Pete yet again, dude. Don't want anyone to get the credit of hiring someone better. At this point, yeah, who you think would have won more games right now? Right now, we see with Pete's record is. All right, I got to reread this. At this point in the year, who do you think would have won more games right now? We see with Pete's record is. I bet you Dan Campbell would have won more games than this, or people would have got cussed out. I think he would have won more games because I think Dan Campbell would have been going at like getting on the case of Chip Kelly and Patrick Graham and saying, what are we doing? There's been no halftime adjustments this season. We've been flat on all aspects of the ball for majority of our games this year. There's only been 2 games where we looked good, and that was the game 1 and then last week against the Titans. So the Patriots still trying to find their way. We caught them at the right time. Titans, they're just horrible. They're just not a good team. Even though they beat the Chiefs the week before, they just got lucky. We couldn't even put points on the board against the Chiefs. The Titans put points on the board. And we beat the Chiefs, the Titans the week before, and we put points on the board. Not many. We could have put more. I can understand why this organization never brought in Gannon as an executive of some type, or even a QB coach. I've always wondered why he was never a QB coach. Maybe he just doesn't want to coach, too. I mean, that's another thing, too. Maybe they did offer, and he just doesn't want to be part of it. But he does have a lot of opinions about the team, because I've seen that. XC was actually stronger than XC was actually stronger than Superman. He had to get him to say his name backwards for him to go back home. Let's see if we can get Pete to say his name backwards so he can go home. Yeah, but that bizarro metaphor worked for us. But the game changed. The NFL modernized, but the Raiders never really did. No, we're still living old school. Well, you're welcome, Art Paul. I'm torn on trading Max because we are still regretting the Mac trade. And that's just it. And I get it. I totally understand that part. Because we fumbled big time the picks that we used for trading away Mac. I'd like to think that you tend to learn from your past, that this organization would know what to do with this current regime, hopefully, to put those picks to good use. But yeah, we fucked that one up. We really did. That we were handed like, I don't know how you want to explain it. We were like being handed the keys to Fort Knox to go in and take all the gold you want, and we walk out with a little gold coin instead, and we took all that great opportunity and just trashed it. Exactly, Jeff. They haven't put the right pieces around him, or they don't stay healthy. We can't blame Max for that. Max embodies Yeah, he does. He embodies the Raiders spirit. That's why I don't blame him. You know, when you're one guy on one side, but then you look at the other aspect. Myles Garrett still gets double team, triple team, but he still gets in there. He still does his thing, even with somebody not as good on the other side. You know, and I'm not talking just this year. I'm talking like even past years. He's always been, you know, the top dog since he's been in the league. You don't have people in the league that can do what Max Crosby does. I've been watching that man play football. It's right, because he was up by your end. We can't be afraid to do what's right based off how things weren't in the past. Exactly. Tom Brady only owns 10% of the Raiders. I thought it was 5%. That's where we messed up. Tyree, we all agreed before the season and years past that we have wasted years and years of making right decisions in the draft. Yeah, that Tyree draft that pick still boggles my mind. We have always drafted stupid shit from Darius Hayward-Bay to Russell. That's another thing. Why we don't want these guys to have so many draft picks. We are terrible at the draft. 2 players on the bench. One was freaking cut, and the other one barely plays. Just terrible. Seahawks forced Pete to quit because he sucked at drafting, and boy, did he get an O-line and QB in the draft in the first round. Gee, sounds familiar. Sounds like the same situation we're in, huh? What's up, Ja Raider? Thank you, Jeff. I'm glad you said that. I'm not even a Lions fan, but what he's done with this team, even after losing both of his defensive coordinators. Yeah. Wow, am I that far behind? Oh, man, I'm 5 minutes behind. What's up, Jack? Damn. I didn't think I was this far behind. Holy shit. 5 minutes. Hold on. I'm close. I had a better draft class than Spy Tech so far. I will give you that, but I'm not going to. Bow was injured. We're not going to count that against him. But how good is JPJ and Glaze? Glaze looks horrible this year. And JPJ's just got bullied yesterday. I mean, bullied. That was horrible. Yeah, Jack, I know you're going to say no on trading Max, but stop kissing his nuts. And if it means we got to get draft picks for him and send him off, then that's what we got to do. It's not about one player, dude. It's about building the team around multiple players and doing something with these picks. Jack says all up on Max's nuts. Don't say anything about Otto around him. He'll get so mad. Yeah, but even before he had Mason Graham, Jack, he was doing that shit. Even when he was the only guy on the defensive line that was worth the shit, he was still doing it. So it's not like Mason Graham got there and he turned into the super stud. You know, it's been like that since he's been in the league. You know, he's been that guy. He's had better defensive players around him. Browns D have been good for the last 3 or 4 years. I blame Spy Tech more than most fans. Bad drafting after our first pick, going cheap, free agent market, and no improvement on this team. But we spent $11 million on Kappa, though. Remember that? That was a great pickup. Jeff, don't forget the offensive lineman we drafted. Yeah, and they've been more healthy scratches than. Why are they not on the active roster? Why are they getting healthy scratched all the time? We drafted a dumbass offensive lineman. I don't even want to remember his fucking Leatherwood. Glaze has lost a step, man. Later, Jeff. Talk to you this afternoon. Great show. Later, Jay. Trying to catch up. I am so far behind on the chat. And let's just keep it real. Pete Carroll didn't quit. He was fired. Only a small percentage of draft picks actually work out every team. But when you have a successful franchise, the dedication, motivation, and work ethic starts with a great coaching staff. Absolutely. Let's see. You don't put any stocking plays to get drafted from the MAC division. I threw up when I heard Alex Leatherwood's name. To tell you the score on the Creeps on December 24th, we really sucked. Who was it they beat last week then? Who the fuck did they beat last week? a couple before they played us. I gotta look that up now because now they played. They played the Patriots yesterday. Us the week before. Hang on, bear with me. Let's see, Titans. Who did they beat that we weren't expecting them to beat? No, they didn't beat anybody. They beat it was the Cardinals they beat the week before. Who was it that beat the fucking Chiefs? Yeah, whatever. Let me get back to that. What's up, Boston Cash? What about the Patriots? Fucking hate them. I live in New England. I hate them. Go back up, Jeff. Go back up, Jeff. Max was picked with the 106. Max with the. Go back, Jeff. Max with pick. I don't get it. Oh, that is hitting gold. Yeah, well, that one did. That's what I mean, though. When you have multiple first round picks, if you don't hit it rich, or don't hit it big on those first ones, those are your plays that should be playing. Your first and your second round is by far should definitely you're hiring you're drafting them for them to be starters. Yeah, in some cases they suck ass, like a Robert Gallery, Jamarcus Russell, Alex Leatherwood, shit like that. Sometimes you get those diamonds in the rough. But Tom Brady, 6th round draft pick. Brock Purdy, last pick in the entire draft. I know he hasn't had a great year this year, plus he's been injured, so I get it. Crazy to think if John Gruden allowed the GM to do his job in drafting, he probably would be here. Probably. It's sad that now as Raider fans, we need to start rooting for teams that are ahead of the Raiders in the draft. Yeah, we need them to start. God damn it, Jets, get some wins. Ray Lewis was drafted 26th. They don't put stock in character. We need a QB, 3 or 4 new offensive line players, a safety, defensive tackle, CB1, X factor wide receiver. Folks, this is a long road. Oh, yeah. We got a long haul to go, man. We all watched Randy Moss in college because he smoked some marijuana. He was drafted 21st. 21 teams turned him down in the 98 season, including us. Yep. We could have got him right out of college, but because he smoked some pot, he dropped. Hey, it's the whole reason we didn't draft fucking Jalen Carter and we took Tyree Wilson instead. Because of his storied past. But again, to be fair, that was right after the Henry Ruggs thing, and nobody wanted to even touch a subject like that with what we went through with Henry Ruggs. And I get it. I definitely get it. Yeah, can we get 53 draft picks, please? Can we put it in a requisition with the NFL to allow us to get 53 draft picks? I like that. That's good. It hurts to also think we kept McDumbass to finish the season. Raiders will end up with the number 2 pick. Yep. Would have drafted Jaden Daniels, but AP won 6 straight games. I'm glad we got Bowers, though. Yeah. Like, I've never been this disappointed. Yeah, no, I agree, Jack. I can't remember last time I was just this disappointed in an overall aspect of looking at a team, like how bad this team really is. I'm just disappointed in the product that's put out there. I'm disappointed in the urge to fight, to the heart. There's no heart in this team. There's no tenacity. There's more heart in tenacity in Raider fans than there is in our own damn players. And they're the ones getting paid all the goddamn money to do this. And I hope one of them are watching this and they think about what we're saying, what you guys are saying in the chat, and what I'm talking about, and what Chris was talking about. How, we live for this team. We bleed for this team. I put time and effort and money into doing things that I do in honor of this team. I do these shows because of how much I love this team, and I want to spread my take on things and what the Raiders mean to me and what they've meant to me through my entire life. The one saving grace that I have is the fact that I've met some great friends through all this. That's the one thing that's been constant during this miserable time of being a Raider fan of the team that's on the field season after season after season is the people that I've met, the friends that I've made out of all of this, between different organizations, between the Booster Club, the Black Hole. It's opened up so many avenues to meet new people. I mean, look at how many people are still in the chat now, and I've been on for 3 hours. We've still got 25, 30 people in the chat right now, if not even more, actually. At one point, we had almost 70 people in the chat, at one point. I love doing what I do. That's never going to stop. I have this platform to get my voice out there and to get what you as the fans say in the chat, to get your message across as best as I can onto the screen and read as many chats as I can. This is my job, is how I look at it. This is what I do now. I'm medically disabled. I don't work anymore. I have all the time in the world to do stuff like this and set these shows up and try and improve them all the time. I enjoy doing this, so it's not only my voice, but it's also the voice of everybody that's in the chat, that I put out. I'm able to hopefully relay over to everybody. And this is what keeps me going. This is what, as bad as the team is, even if we didn't win a game this season, we could go 0-17. I'm still going to be right here where I am right now. I'm going to be pissed off. I'm going to be miserable. But I've got other people around me that are going to be pissed off and miserable. So we're all just pissed off and miserable together, So I don't know where. Yeah, Nick, they are. Some of the comments are pretty good. 52 draft picks. We both 52. Yeah, and you're right too. We'd get 53 draft picks, so we would ruin 52 of them. Jeff, you pretty did the. Yeah, I did. I had 21 draft picks. With all the different trades I made, I ended up with 21 picks in that draft. No matter how bad the season gets, I'm still gonna be right here. I'm still gonna be here talking with you guys, putting your messages up on the screen, reading your messages word for word as they come up. I appreciate everybody. We're gonna get ready to sign off here. I've been on for 3 hours. I appreciate everybody tuning in and spending, the last 3 hours with us. I mean, this has actually been therapeutic, I will say. I know I got on Jay's show yesterday after the game and kind of really vented and I'm not I normally don't do that. I normally don't get on and vent right away after a game. I want to kind of sit back and reflect on everything. But yeah, yesterday hit me hard, man. That is just a tough loss to watch as a Raider fan, for so long, to be a fan of this team for almost 50 years and to see what I saw yesterday. It's just like, you basically just stomp on every Raider fan out there through the years, living or deceased, that owe so much to, that feel like, they owe everything to this team, for what they have, and to watch it just be shit on yesterday. Raider says, I'm at the point that I go to games to just chill with Raider fans. Yeah, and that's exactly what it's become. Like Philly, I know we're probably going to lose that game. I'm still going to go with the intent that we're going to win it, but I'm going to Philly. And it's because I know a lot of different Black Hole members are going to be there. A lot of people are going to be showing up that I've talked to on numerous accounts. It's going to be a little getaway for the wife and I. She's never been to an NFL game, so this will be her first one. So she's excited. She's really, in the last, I say, year or so, she's really plugged into being more of a Raider fan and being more involved in what we're doing, especially with the Black Hole. She's absolutely loving this move that we made with the Black Hole. And she's been like a completely different person when it comes to football. So she's excited, and I'm excited for her that she's going to get to go to her first game. And again, that's part of the reason why I'm going to Philly. Spend time alone with her, a little away from the house, away from the dog. Poor thing is going to go crazy while we're gone. We're going to be gone for 3 days, so it's like, and we're going to be around Raider fans, people that we met when they came here to New England for the Patriots game, people that I've talked with, people I've been on shows with, but never met personally in person. It's going to be that way, and I'm looking forward to it. And we are real ones, Jack, definitely. Let's see. I'm not going to go nowhere. Sometimes I get mad as shit, but I ain't going nowhere. Jeff talks to me personally, so he knows my heart. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of you that are in the chat. I've had conversations, whether it be on the phone, text messages, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, So, I mean, I've made personal connections with so many different people. So I'm not someone that's just, comes on the show, talks to you in the chat, and fuck you, whatever. Accelerate, I talk to him all the time. Jack and I have had numerous phone calls in the past, long-ass phone calls. Bueno, I was texting him last night for a couple hours last night. We were texting back and forth. Raiders for life. The reason is Raider Nation is a unique culture. Reporters will never understand the unconditional love we have for what Al Davis built. Absolutely. Trading max, trading down or up in the draft. We have plenty. We have to play some kind of money ball next year to improve. Oh, 100%. And I agree. It's very therapeutic to be around true Raider fans that are just as pissed and disgusted as I am. Yeah. Big free agent signing is needed also. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one. Like I said earlier, my biggest thing is who's going to want to come here and play for this team. That's how I'm looking at it. Who wants to come here and be part of this? Oh shit. Okay, sweet. Israel Guzman from the Black Hole just sent me all the pictures from the watch party event yesterday. Let's see. Draft. Okay, now how about we spend some of that goddamn cap money and get some studs to replace them, right? Scouts need to be evaluated. Gotta say, the 3 Raider Booster Clubs at Shenanigans was still chanting Raiders, even down 31-0. Yep. Yeah, Jack, Israel just sent me all the pictures from there. I told him to send them all to me because I'll put them all together. We're going to have him on the show along with Steve tomorrow night on the Most Notorious podcast, which I'll get onto in a second. Give you my schedule for the rest of the week. Jeff, that's why I pick your show over all the others. You involve all of us, not just the ones who pay, and you tell us to go live when you, yep. And that's just it. It's like, that's why I like the Friday night show. That's probably my favorite show, in all honesty. I love all the other shows I do. I don't do enough solo shows where I can just have one-on-one time. I'm always with someone else. So I knew Chris had to leave early today to go to a doctor's or whatever it is he's doing. So I had already planned on staying on a little bit longer just to get some single air time. Because like I said, I don't normally do a single show anymore. I haven't done a solo show in a long time. But Friday night, I love the Friday night show because it gives everybody a chance that is willing to get on camera to pop on in. You get on screen with us. If you want to be on screen, that's fine. If you don't want your picture showing, you just turn your camera off and you can still talk. You can still hear me, but you just don't have to see my ugly mug. And then in the chat, we try and make sure that we incorporate everything in the chat. Now, I know it gets hectic. We can hold up to 10 people on the screen. I think we've been as high as 9 people at one point. And it gets confusing sometimes because there's so many people trying to talk and, people tend to talk over each other. And it happens. There's no two ways about it. There's no way to avoid it, At the point of the season, it stops being about the team and it becomes about us together. Yeah, exactly. Anybody that's never experienced the black hole is something different. It's very addictive. It would be a very interesting conversation to have a discussion on one of Jeff's panels about better decisions when it came to the draft, him or his son. Hey, Gio, I'll see you later, brother. Thank you for popping in, man. I appreciate you. hit you with the Raiders on the way out for you here too. Let's see. Jeff, have you ever thought about opening up a phone line to your solo live stream or with Chris? I've watched other streamers that do it. Maybe I could do something like that. I know I kind of want to just not muddle, but I'm trying to adapt and change as time goes. To be more, to get people more involved. I changed my memberships up. I opened up a lower level one. It's the 99-cent option. So it's a cheaper option if people want to become a member. So, that's another option, because it helps support everything. Like a lot of this stuff isn't free that we do, So, I just got stickers made. Should have those coming out probably in another week or two. I should have them. But that's like the only merchandise I've made for me personally yet. But those I'm just going to send out with mailer stuff. When we send out club stuff, chapter stuff, I'm going to throw one of my stickers in it because it's going to have the QR code on it. And I also had chapter ones made too. So every time somebody orders something or we send something out from the chapter, they're going to get the sticker with the QR code on it. But I definitely, I'm trying to come up with ideas to help bring funds in so I can expand and do more stuff here. One of the things I am going to do once the stickers come in, I'm going to do a solo show during the week, and I'm going to do a giveaway as a celebration for hitting the 2,000 members, 2,000 subscribers, which I hit last week or the week before. Right now I'm at like 2020. So I'm going to do two different type of giveaways. I'm going to do a giveaway strictly for members of the channel, and then I'm going to come up with one for subscribers. But it's going to involve one of our chapter T-shirts from the Black Hole. Like the first package for the members is going to be like the shirt, a patch, a sticker, one of my stickers. It's going to be quite a few. It's going to be a few different things. So I have you blocked. How do I have you blocked? Do I? Oh, no shit. How the fuck did that? Oh, man, that must have been a long time ago. Where are you right now? Are you on Chris's channel? Let me just scroll through here. By the end of the day, no one is above the shield. Just getting rid of John Gruden did not make good decisions when it came to drafts. Oh, I agree 100%. He was horrible for it. I would definitely call. Oh, that's funny. The only thing that the other team has to, is if they are going to drop one of the deceptions. Yes, Rorschach, there is a chance. What's up, brother? Are you blocked on here right now or no? Why do I not? I don't see him in there. I guarantee if I blocked you, it was probably back when, probably one of the times when you first started coming on and you were just arguing with everybody. I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to block him. Oh, we're cool, dude. I have no problems with it. There's only one guy I can't stand is that fucking piano dude, man. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but when I was playing the thing from with Pete Carroll, he was in the chat and they're saying all kinds of shit about me again. He's a little fucking twerp. Oh yeah, Mike Mayock. I thought Mike Mayock was going to be a good addition too, to be honest with you. You know, I had respect for him when he was doing his analysis stuff with ESPN and everything. I thought for sure he was going to be a good dude. Wrong. A horrible judgment of players, man. Oh, I feel if the Raiders hired a different O-line running back coach, things might have been different. If not for being Pete's son, he would have been going a long time. Yeah, he's not going to fire his son. There's no choice. The only way Brandon's going is if Pete goes. If Pete leaves, he's done. Yeah, but supposedly they split the draft. Like some players were his choice and some were Gruden's. I still want to figure out how I want to unblock him so he's not blocked. I just looked. I didn't have anybody else blocked on this channel, I thought. Let's see. Will Pete need to make his son in charge of cleaning the jock straps and the dirty socks? Because you don't know. Still don't work, huh? All right, let me see. You're on, so you're probably on Chris's channel right now. So let me go to Chris's. How do I have you blocked? You don't show up as. That's weird. You don't show up as blocked on any of my shit. I don't know how that. Are you a subscriber on there? Because I did go subscriber only on that channel. That might be it. What's up, Randy? Sometimes YouTube do stupid shit, just like anybody in here who is on TikTok. Yeah, because Money Chuck, I'm on subscriber mode only. So you might have, I don't know if you were subscribed or not, but try and see if you can subscribe. No, you are a sub. All right, I don't know why the hell it's not working. That's fucked up. Yeah, I have nobody on a block. I have nobody blocked. That's weird. I don't know why it's not showing for you. I'm sorry. That's strange. It does have violations and codes, and sometimes they can be very finicky. Yeah, but I don't even have them on you know what? I don't ever think I even blocked you, to be honest with you. I might have kicked you off a channel once a while ago, but there's nobody. You're not blocked. I only had one person on my blocked list, and I just removed them the other day. Why would Jeff block you? Why would Jeff block anybody? Do you think Jeff is skip anybody? I don't think so. No, there's only one person I blocked, and that's just because he spams the chat needlessly, and it just gets annoying as fuck. So you don't have to see it anymore. It's even better. You found your channel, love it. We're old schools and have subscribe for life or whatever. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So what I do, I'm going to give you guys my rundown for the rest of the week, what we've got scheduled. I'm going to be hopping off here now. Been on for almost 3.5 hours. Do I think a fire sale is going to start? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If it doesn't start during the bye week, if we lose to Jacksonville, without a doubt, something's got to happen. Oh, when's the trade deadline? Something's got to happen. If we stay status quo and we don't make any moves, then whoa, I think Raider Nation's going to lose their shit. But yeah, I think a fire sale's coming. That's I think part of the reason why Jacoby Myers was put inactive yesterday is because at this point they weren't going to risk putting him out there, even if they think he could have played. They weren't going to take a chance of putting him out there. Keep him on the healthy side. Yeah. So November 4th. So November 2nd is our next game, right? Yeah. So let's put it this way. If we don't do anything until the Jacksonville game and we get blown out by Jacksonville, oh, hell yeah, I guarantee we're going to be shipping people off left and right. Because what are we paying them for? If we can trade away the player and the salary, so yeah, save you more money for next year. Dude, we're not gonna win. We're not even gonna win a game in our division. Sorry, just don't see it happening. Yeah, C-Pool definitely a fire sale. I think it's coming. We come back from bye, win 10 in a row. If we do, then holy shit, were we all fucking wrong? Except for you, obviously. Still gonna go through all the holiday with this bullshit. Christmas, Thanksgiving. Yeah, exactly. Clearance rack is about to go up for display. It's not over yet. But dude, it's over. All right, so my schedule for the rest of the week is tomorrow night I will be on 10 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific for the Most Notorious podcast. It'll be myself, Raider Will from the Silver and Black podcast, James from the TBH military chapter, and Cheeto Linus from Inland Empire in California. The four of us, we handle the Black Hole podcast for the Black Hole. It's called the Most Notorious Podcast. We're going to have a couple of special guests on tomorrow. We're going to have Israel. We're going to have Steve from the Black Hole chapters that partook at the event and set up the event at Shenanigans yesterday, which Jack Ken, who was in the chat, was there. So tune in for that tomorrow night. If you're not a Black Hole member, definitely check it out. There's chapters in your area or close to wherever you live. If you're in the New England area, which is any one of the 6 states that cover my New England area, reach out to me. I'm the chapter president. I cover all 6 states. Wednesday night, I'll be on the Raider Connection, same time, 10. Actually, it might be 9 o'clock. It's either 10 or 9 o'clock. I think we might be changing our time frame. Eastern time, which will either be 6 or 7 o'clock Pacific time. It's myself. It's Leo, Cheeto Linus again on Wednesdays, along with Just Raiders Baby, who was in the chat earlier. That's Jay. And then my guy, LV Raider 10. It'll be the 4 of us on Wednesday night. Obviously, we'll be going over this debacle that just happened yesterday for a football game. And then what we've got going on leading into the bye week. Thursday night, it's Raiders Coast to Coast. It's going to be myself and Nate, LV Raider 10. And we're doing the same thing. Either going over that or we might even just do trivia and just have some fun that night. Friday night live. We start at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific. It's myself and Chris for Raiders, who was my co-host here earlier. We do that show together on Friday nights. We started off, we usually go about 20 minutes or so to get it kicking, and then we open it up and we put the link in, and anybody that wants to join in can come on, get on camera, talk up, put a voice to your talk instead of typing and texting your message into the phone or into your computer. Gives you the chance to come in and really speak your mind. No holds barred. We talk about anything and everything. We talk about Raiders. We talk about other teams in the NFL. We'll talk baseball. We'll talk whatever you want to talk about. And then Saturday night, we have our Last Call podcast, but that's going to be on hold for this week because there's no game. So I may do a solo show Saturday night, like an open mic type thing again on Saturday night, just for the hell of it, just to give you guys things to do on Saturday night. Should be Urban Dictionary time on Saturday night. Oh God. Let's see. Yeah, John Pocky, you're right. We're not going to the big dance, so they might as well let the young people play. Absolutely. Let's see. Well, Jeff, it's a wrap. Have a good day. And all you can do is laugh it up. Yeah, at this point, man, laughter is the best medicine. Remember that. So it's for what ails you right now. Detroit God, hit me up on the book, Jeff. I got a couple of suggestions I want to shoot by you to help you on your stream. Might be something you never thought about. All right, no problem, man. Jack, Raiders win, lose, or tie. Raiders till we die, even in death. Yes, sir.
Raiders.
And do that. So, with that being said, thank you all for riding with us. Thank you for all the super chats that came through. I appreciate every single one of you that donated and helped keep this channel alive. You're the heroes here in this case. This was a brutal one to watch yesterday, and this was a brutal show to get through today because we had to actually physically talk about it. It was humiliating, yes, but we're here for the long haul. You know, we're gonna keep calling it. I know I'm gonna keep calling it like it is. I don't waver on my takes on shit. So again, I'm 401 Raider Jeff. My co-host was Chris 4 Raiders. This is the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. Stay angry, stay demanding, stay Raider Nation strong. And as I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.